on the run. Looking, finding Klay Thompson. Quick launch for three. Missed it badly. Fox has the rebound. That should seal the deal. The Warriors aren't even pressuring. Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season. Dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues the dribble as we await the horn. There it is. And a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long distant memory.
Center Domantas Sabonis had his best game of the season, finishing with 26 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists on 59% shooting from the field. The Kings look to get above the 500 mark Wednesday night against Brooklyn. The 49ers returned from a Week 9 bye and held on to get a narrow victory over the Chargers. Christian McCaffrey led the team with 77 total yards and a touchdown, while quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now 10-2 in games that he does not throw for a touchdown. The 49ers have won 2 straight games, improving their record to 5-4, a half game behind the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC West. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43, and 49ers beat writer for The Athletic Matt Barrows hops on at 8 via the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Let the beam. Oh, yeah. Is it still lit? It's not. I did try to find out. I'm going to try to get a better answer. I did try to find out last night. Somebody asked how long the beam is lit after wins. And the answer I got was not sure. But there is something like they have to get like it's a whole thing. Like they have to get like FAA clearance or something for planes and stuff. So it's not just like here's the beam. There's a thing they have to do. So so I think it varies. But that light the beam thing is great. First off, because everyone's seizing on it. Secondly, because the beam has been lighting. That's probably the best reason. And also, this was something that was originally talked about. I know the first year Golden One was the center was open, and there were complications or whatever that apparently they've hurdled over this year. But between the Band-Aid on Monk, light the beam, I mean, there's all kinds of cool things that happen when a team is winning that you pick up on, and those seem to be 2 of those things. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. Yeah, they were quick with the beam yesterday. They put at least they showed us from the inside that the beam was lit. Whether or not that was old footage, I doubt it was, and it got a loud roar when that was shown.
Was it just like a quick picture of the beam?
Yeah, I think it was. This is how quick it was. So usually when they win, there's a quick handshakes or whatever, and Darren Fox is the post-game guest, and I think Keegan was with Scott Moak.
Okay.
And so, that's seconds after the game, and at some point in that interaction, they show, like, you just hear like a roar. I'm like, what? Oh, and then you look at the board, and the beam was, at least on what we're being shown, was lit. And so people were lit.
So I would say, and not that they need my advice because they're very good at this, but that's just screaming for a video graphic. Like, game ends, and I'm thinking in my head, there's a better way to do this, but I'm thinking in my head, like when the Death Star would fire in Star Wars, there'd be 3 or 4 beams that would go into one, and then it would fire off. So if you could chop those into purple and then fire it up and have some sort of thing, and then the beam goes up and they play that video graphic, that would be awesome.
And I know they do this kind of stuff at Media Day, and I don't know if they did this. I'm going to guess no at this point. But how great would it be when the game ends and you could have had all the players, much like they, the stuff they show on the video board that they filmed at Media Day, but it could be like Fox going, "Hey, Kings fans,
right?
Light the beam,
right?"
And then,
absolutely,
like, light the beam,
yes.
That kind of chant, and then boom.
It absolutely is screaming for. I love that idea with Fox. Just get a bunch of them to do it. What time is it? It's time. Yeah, absolutely. There's a whole thing there. I love it when the Team wins. It's better than losing.
Yeah, it is.
You were there.
I was there. It's fun.
Too.
A lot of fun. Good atmosphere again.
No, I don't like it. I went to the game last night because it was a work thing.
Uh-huh.
I had to. And trust me, I know how that sounds. Oh, you had to go to the game. Like, I hear you. But I don't like going to Laker or Warrior games. I don't. Now, it was great to see Warrior fans taking a walk down L Street after the game. I just, it. For the first half, I swear, anytime, when a player shoots a three and you have the when they make it, that was louder when the Warriors did than when the Kings did it. And it drives me nuts. And I can't blame Warrior fans. Right. They come up and they buy the tickets, and the Kings fans are the ones that are selling the tickets, or they're buying them. This isn't a shot at the Warrior fan base. Good for them for traveling. They've been successful lately. I'm old enough to remember when this didn't happen forever, but now it happens. And as somebody who, as a young single digit lad with my dad, would go to Oakland once a year to see the Warriors and the Celtics before we had a team, I get it. Again, but it's just the fact that I hate when opposing fans take over. And a lot of that's because this team sucks, or has sucked in the past a lot. And season ticket holders are like, I can make a lot of money. I can sell this game for 5 times face value, and we're going to get our butts kicked anyway. So I get it. Doesn't mean I don't hate it. But it was great to see him walk away losing.
Exactly. Understandable. And it's going to be that way when the Lakers are here. It'll be that way the next time the Warriors are here. There's a few teams that are like that, but the more the Kings win, the more Kings fans will be interested in going. And I think the last couple of games have just been really good atmospheres, and the Kings have finished these games beautifully. So that's the most important part.
And we're going to talk about that because really, to me, that might be the most that's the thing I'm really, as impressed as I am with the win streak. It's the way they're doing it. And we'll talk. I mean, this will be a theme tonight or today. The Kings started to fold a bit, and the Warriors started to defending champion a little bit. And they caught the King. They punched him in the mouth, and the Kings got a standing 8 count. I want to say the Kings had an 11-point lead at one point. It was either 9 or an 11-point lead. Warriors go on a run. They take the lead. And those games are over at that point. Okay, well, it was neat. We played great for 3.5 quarters. And then the Kings fought back, and they won. And they did it with defense and timely offense. And Sabonis is getting all the flowers, and he should for yesterday. But it was Darren Fox that had that 3, and then had that run or 2 right when they absolutely needed it. He's been doing that all year. Kings did that with the Lakers. This is really 3 games in a row where they've closed it down at the end, and that's finding ways to win.
That's exactly it. The last 3 games, I put that out on Twitter last night. Just the 3 closing minutes of the last 3 games, all wins that. Okay, it's 3 times, but if that swings the other way, I mean, you're looking at a team that's 3-9. Mm-hmm. How do you feel at 3-9 compared to 6? I mean, it's such
everyone
world of difference.
Fire the beam.
Yeah,
fire everyone else.
And the fact that they're closing these games right now, winning, and I feel like they've definitely been taking punches way better and doing a great job of that. So good for them.
I'd rather them not take punches.
That's going to happen, right?
But this is them figuring out. This is them figuring out how to win ball games, how to win in the clutch. And God, it's a good feeling. Since last night, like I don't know that there's another, maybe there is, but is there another city in the United States sports that is more emotionally affected by their team winning or losing than Kings fans with Sacramento? I can't imagine it.
There probably is something equal. It's just we don't, you know what I mean? When you live in it, when you read that area's Twitter and social media reaction, I think that's how you feel it. But yeah, it's pretty high level here.
It's kind of a weird thing. I'm seeing everybody in the chat. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Blake. Hey, Russell. I'm looking for Earl, who said that Domantas Sabonis wasn't the top 10 center in the West. Tim, who naturally, as Tim is wanted to do, should be 8-4. I mean, I hear you. It's weird though. It says we have 3 people in that. What is yours? Does yours say
Mine
3?
says 3 watching now.
Yeah, well,
there's more than 3.
Yeah, come on, YouTube, figure it out. I know a lot of you are in there. It's fantastic. And the whole 8-4. I mean, you can say this: the Kings have won. What is it? 6 of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Kings have won 6 of 8. The 2 losses were by a combined 6 points, and they were both on horrific calls. I'm choosing to believe that the Kings should be 7-5. I'm choosing to believe there's a split. I don't know if we would have won the Miami game or the Warriors game. I don't think we would have won both. I don't think we would have lost both. So I would like to petition the NBA to make it 7-6.
Well, I can't help but wonder if part of those 2 difficult losses, the way they went as far as the Kings against maybe that propelled them for these 3 wins. I don't know. There's been a little bit of a, hey, we're getting the wrong end here. We're going to have to take it out of the referee's hands. And so maybe that helped them.
We've talked about this before, that it may end up being a blessing in disguise. You'd rather have the wins, but there's no motivator like us against the world in the locker room. And those wins, or should I say, those losses, did a fantastic job. They either could have just said, this Mike Brown cat doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, this is stupid. But they band-aided together even. And now all of a sudden, they're the 3rd hottest team in the NBA. They have the 3rd longest winning streak in the NBA. And Jason, they're a half game away. Who would have thought this on November 14th? They're a half game away from being the best team in California. I mean, just saying, they're a half game away from being the best team in California.
And they're in the top 10, which has been a goal of theirs.
0-4 and 6-2 since.
That's the thing. Like, I thought, I think we even had the question, would they even get to 500 again? We didn't know. But to get there this quickly says something.
I know. We'll take a break. Very quick break. Kings win. We're obviously going to be very Kings heavy today for good reason. But, the Niners won last night. Sure wish I could have enjoyed it. That needs to be a law, by the way. That was lame. And we've got a Causeway Classic for the ages shaping up. Will Minnesota and Buffalo someday look at this weekend's Causeway Classic and go, gosh, I wish we could have a game as good as that? And we're going to have the play-by-play voices in here on Friday. Don't you doubt that for a second. We got a lot of great sports to talk about. Leading off is next.
Get your 49ers fix every week with the Return of the Empire podcast, featuring Jay Mars and 49ers insider Emil Fergoso.
Let's go, Niners!
At SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader.
My daughter is in middle school, which means my car has to put up with, girls opening the door when their nail polish isn't quite dry, or soccer kids kicking the door shut with muddy cleats, or when their school crush shakes up a soda and opens it right in front of my bumper. So you can expect my car to look a mess, but I defy expectations. Thanks to Quick Whack, I don't have to look like middle schoolers are running this show, even though they kind of are. Head to Quick Whack for a shine that lets you defy expectations.
The number one priority for the good folks over at American Energy is making sure you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. And that's why they're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. If you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AE Way. That's the AE Way.com today. You could win a free whole home HVAC system. For the official contest rules, go to the AEWay.com.
Let's do it. It's time for Leading Off. Brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, where for over 60 years, their name means a great deal in Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com. Here's cut number 1.
Looking, finding Klay Thompson. Quick launch for 3. Missed it badly. Fox has the rebound. That should seal the deal. The Warriors aren't even pressuring. Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season. Dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues the dribble as we await the horn. There it is. And a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long distant memory.
Yes, it is. Happy G-Man's the best G-Man in the whole wide world. I love it. I love hearing the happy in his voice. He deserves it. He deserves it more than anyone. Kings win 122-115. Draymond Green, 6.7 rebounds, 11 assists on 3 of 7 shooting. Jason, do you think he just had trouble getting up for this game?
Yeah, the Kings aren't the kind of team he gets up for.
Yeah, not type.
So I mean, had they been ready, the Warriors win by 17.
The Warriors are 0. You hear that? I'm sorry. Are you hearing anything in your headphones at all?
No.
Okay, good. That's me.
The Demons.
The Warriors are
winless on the road.
Yeah, they are 0-7.
Yeah,
they are 0-7, 5-8 overall. The Kings a much better record than the defending champions. Seriously, I'll say it again. I was talking to a Warrior fan early this morning who also works mornings, and said, "Yeah, we're trash, and we suck, and this isn't a good team." I said, "Well, you're not a good team right now." So, one of the things to say, I said, "Is this the same team that has Moody and Kuminga and Wiseman? That's the future of the Warriors last year. Now they're unplayable."
Mm-hmm.
And they're really down on Wiseman, like that he's trash.
He didn't even play. I mean, what I heard yesterday, like, this is unfair, but this is some names that were a name that was being compared to was Marvin Bagley.
Ooh.
But Bagley played like when he was he was in the rotation.
He did.
Otto Porter losing on him, Peyton Jr. Like there's Peyton is, the second. They've moved on from a few important pieces. Iguodala doesn't really play and he's been hurt. The way they win right now is with Steph being out of this world. And Steph is very capable of that.
Imagine if Steph, oh my God.
And he was good last night. He wasn't incredible. And I think that's one of the differences too.
I asked this person, oh my God, seriously, they're not, I guarantee you this person's not listening to the show right now because they're working. Literally, I texted him earlier and he just called him Marvin. I can't say the bad word in there, but Marvin Bagley's the comparison. You're 100%. Read the bottom text there. You're 100%. That literally just came in. But I did offer them, not that I don't love him, but they can have Rashawn Holmes. Let's do a swap. Two guys that are kind of out of sorts. Take a chance on Wiseman.
Okay.
Did you do that deal? Nah.
I don't know. If the champs aren't playing him, aren't even playing him.
I know.
On a team that really could use a big.
But is that because he sucks? I know obviously he's not good, but isn't that kind of the thing that
is it sucks? I know he's not good.
No. Like right now, here, I guess my point. This is a dumb conversation, and it's my fault. All my point is this: as the Kings are doing their thing, isn't that the type of thing the Kings need? Rashawn Holmes is. What I'm saying is that don't we have to buy low, sell,
Yeah, possibly. But I think the other part about where this has turned for the Kings is they figured out a group to play. And I'm not saying it's his Holmes' fault or Len or anything. They're playing small.
True.
Much like when the Warriors have their best group, they played small and they still play small. So this is a group where you get by with Sabonis not getting in foul trouble or getting killed in the paint anymore for the time being.
Yeah.
And then they'll play Murray or Lyles or Metu at the 5. They're not even playing other bigs. And everybody's wanting to give him another big. I don't know that they would play them.
To your point, though, I think Wiseman still has that number 2 overall pick intrigue, which is what probably gets your ears perking up. But I agree with Jason. If the Warriors are a team that is light in the middle and he's not even getting any time there, I'm good.
Well, if you guys want to go ahead and bet that a number 2 picked big man isn't going to perform in the NBA, go ahead. But I don't even remember that ever happening in NBA history.
Yeah, ever.
Number 2.
Cut number 2.
49ers will run the victory play now. Jimmy Garoppolo will take it. They'll have to do that, or actually they don't have to do it again. They ran that down, and the 49ers will win. They're walking out to midfield, Tim. They get to 5-4.
5-4.
Yep.
I watched a decent portion of the game.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah, the Rams win was beautiful and pretty, and you're thinking bye week with all the toys. How good are they going to look on Sunday Night Football? Well, they have a good defense. And I think that's, to me, the take from that is they can beat you in different ways. The defense was great. Second half shutout. Offense was not.
No.
But they'll be better. They'll be better in other games. It's just, and the best part is it did end up as a win.
Yeah, it was.
Chargers are pretty good too, by the way.
Yeah, they are. Exactly. It's not like they're playing the Texans.
Right.
And let's remember too, styles make fights. They match up beautifully with the Rams.
Yeah.
But it's not, I don't want to get greedy. I don't care. Win every game this way. Just win.
Yeah. And this is the thing I think this team has had for 3 to 4 years is they move the ball. They get too many field goals for my liking. More of that happened yesterday. I thought that would be less of a problem with all the weapons, but they still got to figure that out.
Is that like Kyle Shanahan's like true Achilles heel when you break down a lot of stuff? Is that if they're in the red zone and it's a 4th and 1 and they're on the 15, he's going to kick a field goal with all those weapons.
Yeah.
Like the 4th quarter last night, I was like, why are you kicking that field goal towards the end of the game? Like, it doesn't help. Just go for it.
If you'd have told me that Deebo Samuel and George Kittle would combine for 3 catches for 45 yards and Elijah Mitchell would actually out-carry Christian McCaffrey, I'd have said, duh. But I guess that's just upsetting to fantasy football fans all over the world. But that's just the way it's going to be. I did not expect Elijah Mitchell to get 18 carries to Christian McCaffrey's 14. That really shocks me, but I think that's kind of – McCaffrey did have 4 catches for 39 yards, and he had 6 targets. I think that's kind of the way this – we talked about this last week. Christian McCaffrey is going to be very slot receiver-y.
Yeah, got it.
Slot. Okay. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
This could be the dagger here. Handoff for Gilliam to the 5. He's going to get in! Touchdown, UC Davis! Yolonzo Gilliam has gone for the trifecta. His 3rd touchdown of the ball game. That could be the dagger. Oh, Gilliam has done it again. UC Davis 40, Idaho 19. That could do it right there.
Who's that?
That's Scott Marsh.
Hey, it's Scott Marsh, everybody. Aggies up. Right? No?
Not a thing.
No.
Aggies run.
Go Aggies. We're playing. Well done by Scott Marsh. And UC Davis needs to win this weekend to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. And they're hot. They've won 5 in a row.
And Sac State, well, we never give UC Davis any love. So UC Davis, there's no way it's fitting.
No.
UC Davis needs a win to get in the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay. And Sac State's looking for a national championship.
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
Right. They would love to have a perfect record, perfect season.
Yes.
And if they win, there's decent chance they'll be the 1 seed in the postseason.
So
I think the play-by-play announcer should fight each other.
yes. Or you guys should have a putt off.
Okay. Because
we have a putting green here.
How about a dance-off? Meet the middle.
You know what's funny, though? No, because Jason, I just said that. And Jason's like, oh, let's do that. Because that's Jason's. He owns that. We got to go. I want to talk more about Jason versus Scott in golf. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we got a lot of Kings. We got a lot of Niners. Frankie Cartoscelli is going to join us at 7:44. Matt Barrows from The Athletic to talk Niners at 8 o'clock. When we get back, though, a lot of Raider fans in the area, and even if you're not, you enjoy seeing this. I don't. Raiders just imploding. Stick a fork in them. Let's look at why next.
Live and past broadcasts of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami. Interviews, podcasts, and more. They all live on the Sactown Sports 1140 app. Download the app now in the App Store and Google Play.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. And this year, Vince, we've got football games on Sunday, Monday, Thursday.
Yeah, but they're nothing like the Friday deals at last year's Elk Grove Dodge.
Black Friday deals.
Black Friday deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns. This month, take $11,000 off MSRP on over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And during the Black Friday sales event, I'll throw in 0% financing for up to 48 months, plus no payments for 90 days. All 3.
$11,000 off Bighorns plus financing and no payments for 90 days. All 3? Vince, I'd call that a completion.
No, I'd call that a score.
Save $11,000 on over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Plus get 0% financing for 48 months and no payments for 90 days.
Only at last year's Elk Grove Dodge in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Includes $5,000 in California Black Friday retail bonus and bonus cash on approved credit. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. 0% APR for 48 months is $20.83 for $1,000 Spark. Sample in 39.57.96 ends 11/30/22.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Carmichael Day for my good friend Shelby and everybody over at refinanceWithShelby.com. Home equity is the best way for you to build up and pass on wealth. The Equity Builder program happening right now gives first-time home buyers a head start on this with immediate equity in the home via a loan of up to 10% of the purchase price. Now, here's the deal. The loan is completely forgiven if you live in the house as your primary residence for 5 years. Think about that. A $450,000 home. You make about 80 grand. You get 45 grand down as part of the Equity Builder program, and you live in the home for 5 years, boom, the loan is gone. You got to be a first-time home buyer. You got to occupy the property as your primary residence. That's about it. Couple of other things, and you're good to go. That's it. Go to refinanceWithShelby.com. It's a no-brainer. It's the best way to get into this market. RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRE number 01864354.
Okay, can I have everybody's attention for just a
Morgan's
second?
media planning firm just landed a multi-million-dollar client.
Because we won the pitch.
She needs to staff up before trafficking hits a traffic jam.
So we're going to need research, planning, buying, obviously, and probably data analytics.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At the United States Postal Service, we're here to deliver fast and reliable service to help you get holiday ready. We offer free package pickup and deliver free shipping supplies to your address. So whether you're in Garland, Texas, Rudolph, Wisconsin, or anywhere in between, we're making it easier for you to spread festive cheer this holiday season. USPS, delivering for America. For all your holiday needs, including info about free shipping supplies, free package pickup availability, and restrictions, go to USPS.com/holidays.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad that those arch supports are in my shoes. I have terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the Good Feet arch supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad. If I had known about the Good Feet arch support earlier, I would have more than one championship. I would have 2 championship rings.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Sore feet, aching back, even plantar fasciitis? Come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto.
At Elk Grove Honda, we know that the past year has been challenging to find the Honda you're looking to drive home. But now, at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a steady basis, including new Accords, Civics, CR-Vs, and more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory is as large as it's ever been. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings improved their record to 6-6 with a 121-14 win over the Lakers in L.A. Friday night and a huge win over the Warriors last night at the Golden One Center.
Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season, dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues the dribble as we await the horn. There it is. And a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long distant memory.
Center Domantas Sabonis had his best game of the season, finishing with 26 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists on 59% shooting from the field. The Kings look to get above the 500 mark Wednesday night against Brooklyn. The 49ers returned from a Week 9 bye and held on to get a narrow victory over the Chargers.
49ers will run the victory play now. Jimmy Garoppolo will take it. They'll have to do that, or is actually they don't have to do it again. They ran that down. And the 49ers will win. They're walking out to midfield, Tim. They get to 5-4.
Christian McCaffrey led the team with 77 total yards and a touchdown, while quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now 10-2 in games that he does not throw for a touchdown. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43. And 49ers beat writer for The Athletic, Matt Barrows, hops on at 8 via the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
You know, they've been here for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Always good to have Soundgarden bring us back on a Monday. Welcome in. Kings win, and we got a lot there. Niners win. We have less than the Kings part there, but still a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Barrows will join us at 8 o'clock. I see Earl in the chat. I love Earl. I love that he's there every day, as are so many. I would like to see Earl apologize. I was thinking about Earl last night at the game. I really was.
You were thinking about Earl.
I was thinking about Earl, who is, by the way, the only person in the United States under 40 named Earl.
Yeah.
I actually checked it.
He's under 30, Earl.
Which
he's
is
under
crazy.
30.
He's under 30. That's
Yeah.
right. Like no one else.
Yeah.
He said Domantas Sabonis wasn't a top 10 center in the West.
Okay.
I just want an apology.
It's a take.
I don't want the apology. I want Sabonis. I want the apology on behalf of Earl to Sabonis, who we're going to try to re-sign. And if he doesn't end up re-signing because of comments like that, Earl's never going to live it down.
Yeah.
I offered to mow his lawn, which I think is an original idea I came up with all by myself.
I've never heard of that.
In the meantime, have you heard of the Raiders collapsing?
I have.
Yeah, dude. I take no pleasure in it. We have a lot of Raider fans that listen, and we both have a lot of, listen, you live here.
I like the Raiders.
You live here. You live in these parts.
I want them to do well.
Yeah, exactly. I want the Niners to beat their you-know-whats every time they play, but I have no animosity towards them, and I like to see my friends happy, and I like Derek Carr a lot, and I like Devontae Adams a lot. They got beat by a dude that was analyzing games the week before. And let's be honest. Obviously, Jeff Saturday it's not like Jeff Saturday went in on Monday and was like, okay, guys, let's redesign the playbook.
Right.
And no, Jeff Saturday relied on his assistants.
And he picked a play caller during the week.
Right.
Though I think he made a really good move, and whether it's him, someone else, to put Matt Ryan back in.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
But
very good move.
You got to win that game.
You got to win the game. You've got to win that game. You're at home against a Colts team that was one of the top stories of the week because of ineptitude.
The Colts want Victor Wembanyama.
Yes.
And they beat the Raiders.
The Colts were like, here's the W. Please take it. And the Raiders are like, is that an M? Is it upside down? I don't want it.
Right.
And granted, you don't have Hunter Renfrow. You don't have Darren Waller. You haven't had Darren Waller.
Right. But you had Carr, you had Adams, you had Jacobs.
Foster Moreau is
not game.
He's not Darren Waller, but he's good.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Kevin Harlan was on the call yesterday.
Yes.
I love Kevin Harlan. He's seriously top 5 active play-by-play guys to me ever. I don't know what it is, but Kevin Harlan, he randomly has horrible pronunciations. And you may do you remember he always pronounced Peja Stojakovic? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so now.
Stojakovic, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday he's calling Foster Moreau. And he's also an Ayuk guy. And I don't know what it is. Can somebody help him out?
Yeah.
Anyways, the Raiders lose 25-20. They had a chance, and 4th down, couldn't convert. An L is an L is an L, and Derek Carr goes up. It's like he goes up. It's not a post-game presser. It's the witness stand. And he's got to go up there. He's got to do the whole thing. And you saw a lot of Derek Carr's heart this weekend.
Sorry for being emotional. I'm just pissed off about some of the things that a lot of us try and do just to practice what we put our bodies through just to sleep at night. And for that to be the result of all that effort pisses me off. Pisses a lot of guys off. It's hard knowing what some guys are doing. Like I said, just to practice what they're putting in their body just to sleep at night. Just so we can be there for each other. And I wish everybody in that room felt the same way about this place. And as a leader, that pisses me off, if I'm being honest.
Okay, so just real quick for the listener, Derek Carr was not talking like that. That what that was is otherwise it would be 2 minutes. There was a lot of pausing in there, so they edited it up. That's fine. It's been a long career of emotion for him.
I think the emotion of just 9 years of stuff hit me today for how much I really love this place. And it's not going to change anything. I'm going to come out here, I'm going to fight, I'm going to compete next week, and that's what I'm going to do.
Derek Carr is my favorite non-49er. I love him. And the thing is, here's what sucks about this. I watched that press conference, Jason, and as I'm watching it, I know that there's going to be a massive contingent of Raider fans. They're going to see that Derek Carr was up on the podium, emotional, crying, and they're going to look at that as weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. I hate it. I want that. Are you kidding? I want that out of my leader. I want that he lives, eats, breathes, sleeps Raider football. He wants to be there. He leads. He does his best. Derek Carr had a great game yesterday. I mean, it wasn't like 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. Derek Carr had a good game. No picks, couple of touchdowns, 248. Derek Carr is not perfect. Derek Carr is also not the problem.
But he's part of it.
He is the quarterback on this team. And quarterback's the most important position in sports. I understand it. As a Niner fan, sorry, no offense, Jimmy, I'll take Derek Carr. Give me Derek Carr. I will happily take Derek Carr off your hands. Derek Carr is not perfect, but if you want to look at the main sources of the issues with the Raiders, well, you can start at the top with Mark Davis.
Yeah, which that's not going to change.
It's not going to change. Josh McDaniels, that they're either going to be stubborn. Josh McDaniels has been fired by the Raiders. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
It's just a matter, when are you going to fire him? You're going to fire him at the end? You're just going to let him go for the end of the year?
Okay. And has the team done that? Now, Carr didn't sound that way, but that doesn't mean, I don't know if that's the collective feeling of the locker room. The 2-7 where they are now, is that what they are, 2-7?
2-7.
Would have made sense last year.
Yes.
With everything that team went through.
Yes.
Yet that team made the playoffs this offseason. They had a new coach. They had a new front office. They had players. They had talent. And when they beat the Texans a few weeks ago to get to 2-4, it's like, okay, they've had a rough schedule, but they're 2-4. And you look at Saints, Jags, and Colts. Here come the Raiders.
Yeah.
They get shut out by the Saints. They blow a 17-point lead to the Jags. And then yesterday, a Colts team that, honestly, I don't know if they wanted to win as an organization.
At all.
They beat them. And it's just this team now. I mean, yeah, Carr could be emotional, and he just goes on the list. I don't think he is the problem, but he's part of it, and I don't think they know if he's the quarterback of the future. I don't think they even know what their future is, and it's a terrible spot to be in.
Get him out of there. Then get him out of there. Let's see him go. And honestly, if you're Mark Davis, you know you're going to fire Josh McDaniels. You know you're going to end up paying him. I'm not saying nothing, and we got a break here other than this. Broncos, Seahawks, Chargers, Rams, Patriots, Steelers, Niners, Chiefs. Okay. I see guaranteed 2 losses in there, and then who knows?
Yeah.
Like, you got to try to do something here to salvage the season.
Yeah.
It's impossible almost, but you got to do something. Fire him now.
But even that, you brought in also the New England front. Like, there's so many New England connections. And you change the front office, you change your coach. Now you're going to do like, oh, man, they're a mess.
All right, we're going to ping pong back and forth between football and basketball today. Rich Paul, who is very rich, Rich Paul, the super agent in the NBA, is going to very soon have a very big stake in the Kings, as Darren Fox has signed, according to reports, or will sign, with Clutch Sports. Should Kings fans be concerned? Let's look at this and try to calm a lot of people out who are a little freaking out about this whole thing. Should they be freaking out? We'll do that next.
From the draft to free agency to the summer league to the games that matter the most.
It's good, and it's pandemonium at Golden One Center.
When it comes to the Kings, nobody has you covered like Sactown Sports, your local sports leader.
Life is full
of choices. When buying a car, there's only one choice. Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Choose from our great selection and get top dollar for your trade. Pre-order today in person, online, over the phone, with no contract and no deposit necessary. Then simply pick it up when it arrives.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Your back-to-back Big Sky champions Sacramento State Hornets are back in action at home this Saturday, hosting the Causeway Classic against UC Davis. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. Don't miss the final regular season home game of the year. Cheer on your nationally ranked Hornets as they go for another Causeway Classic win. It's time to pack Hornet Stadium and wear your green. Kickoff 2 o'clock Saturday. Get your tickets now at hornetsports.com. Stingers up.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, and the primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento, with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up, NFC East action when the 8-0 Philadelphia Eagles play host to the Washington Commanders. Can Jalen Hurts and the Eagles keep their undefeated record on track? Join Ross Tucker and me to find out on air and on the free live stream. Sponsored by AutoZone. Don't miss any of the action on Monday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets, from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona, 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana, 1-877-770-STOP. New York, 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee, Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia, 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
It's time for your furnace tune-up with Clark & Rush. Just $69. We service all brands like Carrier. Turn to the experts for this comprehensive multi-point inspection, maintenance, and safety check. License 608-005. We're continuing to take measures to keep you safe. Call today and schedule your $69 tune-up.
Heating and air, plumbing, insulation, gutters, windows too. Smart energy savings is what we do. Clark & Rush.
Call 916-609-2665.
It's true, the best new cars make the best used cars. That's why you'll always find a great selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Trade up to a car you'll love. We have a great selection of one-owner, low-mile vehicles you can drive home today. When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Stimulating conversation about kitchen gadgets and baseball cards.
I think that's really crazy interesting.
It's the Carmichael Day Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, we're going to get to Kings throughout the day. Big win last night. Kings have won 6 of 8. Kings are 500. Kings are a half game behind the Clippers for best team in California. Kings are currently in the play-in as we speak right now. And screw the play-in. The Sacramento Kings, well, I guess 8 would still be a play-in. So let's see. They are 1 game out of the 7th spot. They don't even have to worry about a play-in.
Right? Top 6.
Or top 6, sorry. Yeah. So they are 1 game. Yeah, that's right. They're a half game from 7. They're 1 game behind Dallas. I say this, just keep winning.
That's a good idea.
And if they win every game the rest of the season, they will make the playoffs.
They'll be just fine.
Also, they finally have a positive point differential.
Hey, there you go.
Yay!
Sign of a good team.
0.1.
That's positive.
They are 3-3 at home. They are 3-3 on the road. That's parity.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to the business of sports, because listen, there's going to be some people listening to this segment go, who cares? I hear you. But because we do love and care about the fan base, there are a lot of people that are very worried when they heard this news yesterday that Darren Fox is not yet, but will be signing with Clutch Sports. There's stuff that goes on behind the scenes there that would bore you, but it's a formality. So naturally, well, why is he signing with Rich Paul Clutch Sports? All they do is take stars and put them in big markets and force their way out.
Do they, by the way? Is there more than one example?
I mean, everybody remembers the Anthony Davis thing.
Okay. Is there more than one?
I don't know. Actually, I should have had
I'm looking at their list. I don't see it.
I mean, NBA. Here's who they have. Well, I'm not going to name 50 guys, but everyone from Lonzo Ball to, of course, Anthony Davis, to Draymond, to LeBron, to Zach LaVine, Ben McLemore, longtime Clutch client, Ben Simmons, Colin Sexton, John Wall, Trae Young.
I feel like Trae Young would be a good example. Are they nervous in Atlanta?
No, not really. But Atlanta's also a big market. But,
yeah.
I think what would be interesting, I do need to go over this list, is how many of these players are currently playing in small markets. I mean, I can see some right now. As a matter of fact, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, you had that Cleveland move.
Yeah.
But I do not believe, I'm looking, Donovan Mitchell's not part of their team. First off, De'Aaron's former agent, this had to be difficult because they go all the way back. This is, I believe, shooting coach back in the day. Like, this is one of those, a lot of times NBA players will bring people from college, whatever, they'll bring them up with them. This is one of those guys. So this could not have been an easy thing for him to do. Then you wonder, well, hold on. Well, why is he doing that? Now, a lot of times this is, could be perceived as a shot across the bow. If you have somebody that's coming up on a new contract, it's not uncommon for players, especially when it's in a max world, to say, I need to. But where this becomes confusing is that De'Aaron is a max player who just started his max
just signed,
deal.
yeah.
So he's not, he's not, he doesn't need that. Secondly, I've never understood this. When you're at a max level, what are you peeling off percentages? Just represent yourself, because you walk in, hey, you give me the max? Yeah, we'll give you the max. Okay, thanks. And you just gave 5
I'll take
points.
all of the max.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I don't need to pay you 5%, Jason, to go in there and say what I could say. Where agents really come in handy is mainly two places. Well, three, I should say. Number one, mid-level players that need to get more money. Number two, players that are in a volatile situation that need to get out and want to go to the right place. And number three, when you're looking at, you want to increase your profile, endorsements, et cetera, et cetera. Here's the thing about endorsements, and things can change, but I know the word on De'Aaron a few years, at least, I mean, as soon as a couple of years ago, the last time I had a conversation about this, is he's not really an endorsement guy.
Right.
Not because he couldn't be, and not because he doesn't endorse anything. He just likes to play basketball and hang with his friends and family. And
what's wrong with that?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And he just isn't really an endorsement hungry dude. He's a good looking kid. He's awesome. He could totally be a great pitch man if he wanted to. It just, he picks and chooses and doesn't choose a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know that's why, unless, again, that's changed. Listen, he just got married, family, whatever. I don't know. I don't know his business. I'm just saying maybe people change, right? So maybe. So it's not for the contract. I don't think it's for endorsements. And then the other one people think about is, okay, well, does he want out?
Right.
Well, let's look at that. Does he want out? I mean, really, the team has repeatedly deferred to him, whether it's with Luka Doncic and that picking Bagley because they didn't want to take the ball out of his hands, trading Tyrese Halliburton rather than trading Darren Fox. The team is showing and giving him a max deal. The team has done everything they can to show him loyalty, but they haven't won. And things are going really well right now. I'll worry about this if the team collapses, finishes out of the playoffs again. We're in the offseason again, having collapsed. Remember the Jaeger year where they fell apart at the end? I don't want to think about that right now, but I'm saying if that were to happen, Jason,
Sure.
I'll think about this a little bit. This will get into my head.
Right.
But right now, I think it's just he wanted to button things up, and I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, and a lot of things go together, right? I mean, as far as when the Kings made the move to get Domantas Sabonis, it's like they're immediately, Dave, you know what, people were, are they going to be able to keep him? Are they going to be able to sign him? Well, that present day, you just don't know. Got to see how he looks here. And the first half of the season was okay. Right now, it looks a lot better at this present moment, but it's all going to be indicating on how each individual plays, how the team plays, how they get along. Again, I think from camp to now, everybody has maintained, those that are closest, that it feels different internally. There's a different vibe.
Yes.
Well, that's all well and good. But when you start winning, then that verifies and validates that. So right now it feels really good. I would think the people there, for the most part, are happy. But, yeah, things in this league and in sports change quickly. But right now it looks good.
I think so. I don't think it seems like Darren is very, very happy here. And again, and I hear the speculation, well, maybe it's that NFT deal and that was whole botched. And this is I don't know. And you get into trouble when you
speculate.
Yeah, when you're speculating, who knows? Maybe his guy was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to focus. You never know. What matters, or what should matter to King, I don't care who's representing Darren Fox. What matters is, well, is this going to have ramifications on the floor, on the roster, whatever? And the answer there is, neither of us really see a path right now, but it's one of those, file that in the back of your head.
Yeah. And maybe it's just the fact that it's Clutch Sports, right? Because if it was just another agency, is anybody even making much of this? And the fact that, I mean, the one example we have is Anthony Davis.
Right.
But that's really it with that group, to our knowledge.
I think so.
So, I mean, I don't know that it's a recurring thing. I don't know that, I mean, everybody jumped to kind of that conclusion, but as long as Fox plays well, he's paid very well.
Yeah.
And his contract isn't up. So
I'm looking on the list here. I don't see it. I could have sworn somebody said Trey. Well, there's another Clutch guy on the Kings roster. Is it Trey Lyles? Somebody else is a Clutch guy on the Kings roster too. So yeah, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. And by the way, not for nothing. Are you serious or no? Oh, Jay said something in my ear. Listen, could be a positive. What if that opens up relationships and Darren says, hey, I want this guy.
Or things are going really well here and that gets back to the agency. And then it's like, hey, we got to get more people to Sacramento.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get my guy. I want to get my guy in that spot. I'm just, again, as we go to break, I'm looking down this list and I interesting. Hey, did you know that Clutch also represents Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Interesting. What?
Why is that interesting?
I don't know. Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's interesting.
They're here tomorrow.
They are. They are here tomorrow.
He didn't play yesterday.
He didn't.
Nope.
I believe Sean Marks is traveling with the team too. I might have heard that. Anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, the Niners. They can't do that because that sounds like the Raiders. The Niners rally from 10 down to win their Sunday night football matchup. Let's take an initial deep dive with Matt Barrows joining us in an hour. We'll take an initial dive on that game. We have highlights for you next.
Sactown Sports 1140 is broadcasting live on YouTube.
To me, it's a must-watch.
Check out the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and the Cattles and Rami Show. Plus, get exclusive content. Search Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
California backyard. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill, it's turned me into a pro. Think outside the kitchen this year and cook your whole holiday meal on a Napoleon gas grill. Napoleon, they are the grills built to last, all made with premium steel that boasts quality. Check out Napoleon Grills today at any of the 4 nearby California backyard locations. Always the best in backyard living. California backyards, check them out, Napoleon.com.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Dell Technologies Black Friday event has arrived with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 50% off select performance business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Black Friday is starting early at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Grab free batteries with tons of Makita products and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 21st through the 28th, save $100 on Makita 18-volt rear handle circular saw kit and take home 2 extra batteries on us. Again, our Black Friday sale will be November 21st through the 28th. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. And this year, Vince, we've got football games on Sunday, Monday, Thursday.
Yeah, but they're nothing like the Friday deals at last year's Elk Grove Dodge.
Black Friday deals.
Black Friday deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns. This month, take $11,000 off MSRP on over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And during the Black Friday sales event, I'll throw in 0% financing for up to 48 months, plus no payments for 90 days. All 3.
$11,000 off Bighorns plus financing and no payments for 90 days? All 3? Vince, I'd call that a completion.
No, I'd call that a score.
Save $11,000 on over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Plus get 0% financing for 48 months and no payments for 90 days.
Only at last year's Elk Grove Dodge in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Includes $5,000 in California Black Friday retail bonus and bonus cash on approved credit. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. 0% APR for 48 months is $20.83 for $1,000 borrowed. Sample in 39.57.96 ends 11/30/22.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
So sorry the food is late.
You should order through EasyCater. Professionally delivered on time and as ordered.
Totally would, but the E is broken on my keyboard.
Just get IT to fix it.
Totally would. Can't type the word help.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Okay, can I have everybody's attention for just a second?
Morgan's media planning firm just landed a multi-million-dollar client.
Because we won the pitch.
She needs to staff up before trafficking hits a traffic jam.
So we're going to need research, planning, buying, obviously, and probably data analytics.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The number one priority for the good folks over at American Energy is making sure you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. And that's why they're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. If you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AE Way. That's the AE Way.com today. You could win a free whole home HVAC system. For the official contest rules, go to the AEWay.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. We are the home for the Kings, Raiders, the NFL, and the A's. It's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings improved their record to 6-6 with a 120-114 win over the Lakers in LA Friday night and a huge win over the Warriors last night at the Golden One Center.
Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season, dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues to dribble as we await the horn. There it is, and a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long distant memory.
Center Domantas Sabonis had his best game of the season, finishing with 26 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists on 59% shooting from the field. The Kings look to get above 500 tomorrow night against Brooklyn. The 49ers returned from a Week 9 bye and held on to get a narrow victory over the Chargers.
49ers will run the victory play now. Jimmy Garoppolo will take it. They'll have to do that, or is actually they don't have to do it again. They ran that down. And the 49ers will win. They're walking out to midfield. Sam, they get to 5-4.
Christian McCaffrey led the team with 77 total yards and a touchdown, while quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now 10-2 in games that he does not throw for a touchdown. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43. And 49ers beat writer for The Athletic, Matt Barrows, hops on at 8 via the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
916-339-1140 is your text line. In the 408, that's San Jose area. What a horrible topic to talk about if the Kings won 3 in a row. They should have been all positives. Talking about the Aaron Klutz sports thing. Listen, first off, it's early in the show. Get it out of the way. It's not like we're rolling through that prime time at 8 o'clock. Secondly, a lot of people are worried about it. You know, there was this scuttlebutt along with the win. Trust me, we'll spend a lot of time on the win today. It is all positive. And by the way, we weren't spinning that as a negative, just trying to inform, give background. It's okay.
Relax.
Niners played yesterday. That was not all a positive. That was a little bit worried for a minute there, especially Justin Herbert finding DeAndre Carter.
There's your play action. He picks up the blitz, takes a shot downfield, has Carter caught. Touchdown, Chargers. 32 yards. Herbert to DeAndre Carter.
Brandon Ayuk had a good game on paper, but read between the lines. He also had a couple of struggles, too, including this.
Takes the handoff. Garoppolo sets his feet all kinds of time. Middle of the field, wide open is Ayuk. Oh, ball is out. Ball is fumbled, and Samuel has it. Ball is fumbled. Samuel has it. Turnover, Chargers.
Not Deebo Samuel, by the way. It would grow to be 13-3. Then Jimmy Garoppolo showed off his rushing skills.
And they got a quarterback sneak. Jimmy Garoppolo is in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Feels great, baby? No? Illinois Hufanga is a joy when he plays, and boy, did he make a clutch play on Justin Herbert.
Back, pressured by Bosa, steps up, throws a fluttering ball. Ball got tipped, intercepted by Talanoa Hufanga, and he'll run out of bounds with the game.
I hope I remember on Friday to ask him. I'll bet you that's his favorite name to say on the team.
I bet it is.
Every
too.
time he says it,
Yeah.
he Talanoa Hufanga.
Yeah.
He
has
loves
fun with it.
Uh-huh. Finally, Christian McCaffrey, who actually got less touches, at least rushing touches, than Elijah Mitchell yesterday in Mitchell's return, but he found his way into the end zone.
They're offsides. Hand off McCaffrey to the goal line. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers have their first lead of the night.
So there's that. Final score, 22-16. It wasn't pretty, Jason.
No, but it was a win, and again, down 10. Second half shutout. There were some elements to me of this being actually a classic 49er win. It wasn't what I think fans wanted, but good running game, outrushed the Chargers by over 100 yards. Good enough special teams, good special teams, I would say, and great defense. So those are kind of the DNA of what this team has been over the last couple of years. It's just when you have all the pieces there. Mitchell was back.
Right.
McCaffrey now fully ready to go off a bye week. You have Ayuk, you have Jennings and Debo and Kittle. I think, myself included, expected a lot more of the offense, but they scored 5 times. 3 times those are field goals.
Yeah.
And they missed an extra point. They still do that a little too much for my liking, but in the end, it's a win. They beat a good team and keep this thing rolling.
I know it sounds silly to say this, like, duh. I don't care what they do as long as they win ball games. I don't care how they do it as long as they win ball games and preferably stay healthy.
Yes.
But I think for the 49ers to be the best team they can, they need to be one of those teams that fantasy football players completely stay away from. They need to be a horrible fantasy football team. Oh, let's put McCaffrey in. Mitchell has 3 touchdowns. Oh, okay, I'm starting Debo Samuel. Juwan Johnson has
Jennings.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God, I knew I did that wrong. Has 2. It's not, and I guarantee you Shanahan doesn't feel this way, but it's not his job to make sure fantasy football players, use your weapons. And if that means Debo Samuel and or Christian McCaffrey and or George Kittle, the big hitters, if that means they're decoys, great. Give Kyle Juszczyk for 4 touchdowns. I don't care. That's when they're going to be their best.
Yeah, but I also look at this, and this team's goal obviously is to win the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I look at the playoffs last year, how they had to kind of grind out a game in Green Bay at Lambeau to win.
Yep.
It was prettier in the end of regular season when the offense got him back to beat the Rams to get him into the postseason. Offense got off to a good start against the Cowboys to end up getting that win. You have to be able to win differently and in different ways. And last week or 2 weeks ago when they last played, the second half, the offense was incredible.
Yeah.
It wasn't yesterday, but the defense was great. So, I mean, I think if you can win with different styles, different ways against different type of teams, that means you're a good team. It wasn't their prettiest win, but it's a win. We'd be really complaining if they didn't win the game.
And this is, they're just starting a very interesting stretch. So you have Sunday Night Football, and then I believe this weekend Cardinals. This is Mexico, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, on ESPN. So you
or Monday night,
or Monday Night Football, excuse me. So you have that on the ESPN. So they played Sunday night, and the schedule gods are good to them. And the schedule gods have actually been very good to them this year when it comes to spacing, because the bye was pretty much at the exact halfway point of the year. So that's cool. It wasn't too early. It wasn't too late. Got them healthy. Secondly, you play a Sunday night game. Now you're going to play a Monday night game. So you're going to have a short week the following week, but you got to catch up at some point. So that's with the travel. That's a nice little stretch there where they get an extra day of rest. And it's the Cardinals who beat the Rams yesterday, but you also had the battle of the backups there.
Yes.
Then you've got a Saints team that is still capable of winning. You look ahead. It's going to be very interesting when you have the Florida contingent come in at the end of November, start of December, because old friend Mike McDaniel comes in with a very good Dolphins team. And that's going to be a challenge for that Niner secondary. And then you have Tom Brady coming in on my mom's birthday, December 11th, and that's why they scheduled it there.
Yes.
So very interesting that you get both those Florida teams coming in there. This is an interesting stretch for this team where they can get healthy, not just injury-wise, but get healthy standings-wise, as they're just a half game out of first place with Seattle losing.
Yeah, Seattle drops that game, so that's good. Obviously, the Rams end up with a loss because the Cardinals got the win. I think they really can't pay attention to those behind them. They still play Arizona a couple times. They've beaten the Rams twice.
Yep.
If they could go perfect in the division, they still have Seattle one more time, right? So, I mean, that you just really control your destiny. They feel like the best team in the division. They just haven't shown it yet standings-wise. Just keep moving up. The NFC. I mean, I think the Eagles and Vikings have built a really nice lead, but there's some other teams they can catch and just keep improving their spot.
What's interesting is that they are effectively 3 games ahead of the Cardinals, the Rams right now.
Yeah.
Having beaten them twice, they're 2 games ahead of them. If they beat the Cardinals this week, they will be then 2 games ahead of them with the tiebreaker as well. And then they play the Cardinals. I want to say the last game or second to last game of the year. They already have a win. They already have a win, second game of the year against Seattle. That was 27-7. Now they go up there, and I don't care what anyone says. Seattle's better this year, and when you're playing at whatever it's called now, CenturyLink is how I remember it. That is a tough stadium to play at. That's going to be a fun game. They did what they needed to do. They got the win on national TV. This wasn't a pretty win. Like you said, this was the Rams win was a Mona Lisa. It was a work of art. It was a blast to watch. This was very frustrating for a lot of Niner fans. But you know what? I'd rather them look. They didn't look crappy. I'd rather them look frustrating and win than look fantastic and, end up, losing at the end of it. For example, the Bills and Vikings. We'll talk about this later. That's a game of the year.
Yeah.
Catch of the year.
Right.
And with Josh Allen being a big fat question mark until he got into the game, that was a blast where both teams.
Yeah, but how are the Bills feeling?
Right. They lost.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, the Bills looked better. They were a lot more smooth looking than the Niners yesterday. They lost to a Vikings team.
Yeah, it was such a great game, but you're right. Someone had to be on the wrong end of that. And so here are the Chargers coming into a tough place to play against the 49ers. The 49ers found the way. Again, you want it to be prettier, like you said, crisper, sharper, but the defense was really good. A second half shutout against Herbert, and I know they had some guys out, but that was really nice effort.
Well, and you mentioned it as well. 12-0 in the second half. The defense really stepped up and did what they needed to do. And like you said, listen, the Chargers are missing some folks. Don't get me wrong, but this isn't a terrible team,
right?
Although that AFC West, man, outside of the Chiefs, dude,
supposed to be the best division. It's not.
I mean, we can talk about the NFC West too. In both those cases, we can talk about that all day long. But when you look at the Chargers are 5-4, okay? But outside of the Chargers, even counting the Chargers, screw it. If I'd have told you that the AFC West, those other three teams, they're combined 10-17. The Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders are combined 10-17. And you're talking about Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, that whole thing. That's why football's so great, because you can do all the preseason prognosticating you want. No clue.
Yep.
And here's the Eagles sitting there as of this second at 8-0. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's next to 50? The best NFL weekend win. And who would you rather be? We'll play a game of that. 3 for Madness next.
You want the inside scoop on the Sacramento Kings? Cattles and Rami are giving it to you. Tune in every Thursday at 4 p.m. for an exclusive interview with a member of the Kings coaching staff.
When you're talking about Foxy, we're going to utilize his speed. We're going to make sure the floor is spaced so he can get to the paint.
Keegan has a potential, and we have no doubt in our minds that he'll be a huge part of our winning in the future.
From your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Yeah, we're a sports family. 2-a-day practices with muddy gear, driving in all kinds of weather to get to away games, and of course, the gravel parking lots. Oh, and did we mention kids? So you can imagine what our car looks like, except it doesn't. We're big fans of defying expectations. So we go to Quick Quack and shine like all our kids' trophies. Go for the win yourself and head to Quick Quack for a shine that lets you defy expectations.
Your back-to-back Big Sky champions Sacramento State Hornets are back in action at home this Saturday, hosting the Causeway Classic against UC Davis. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. Don't miss the final regular season home game of the year. Cheer on your nationally ranked Hornets as they go for another Causeway Classic win. It's time to pack Hornet Stadium and wear your green. Kickoff 2 o'clock Saturday. Get your tickets now at hornetsports.com. Stingers up.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
Finally turn a thermostat up in there?
Up.
It was freezing when I walked in there.
Man, this is funny because I was just gonna come back and say, Jason and I are both married.
Oh.
This is reminding me of a marriage conversation because I am hot. And
you are.
We know.
I mean, we all know that, but temperature-wise. And poor Jason is right under an air conditioning vent. So if I do anything with the thermostat, in that case, I just turned it from 74 to 72.
Ooh.
What, is that cold? But I don't know what it is, dude, where I'm at. It's hot. And he said, like, when he does King stuff, he sits in this chair, he's hot, and then Henry's in that chair, and he's freezing.
Yeah, he's always putting on more. I'm like, really? I go, it's warm over here.
So we'll blame it on the building.
Yes.
Fair?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or the rain.
Three for Madness. Frankie is going to join us here in about 20 minutes. Frankie Cartoscelli, our Kings Insider. And we'll get to the Kings here at 7:27 right after this. In the meantime, it's Jay Marsh, question 1.
We had our first 50-point scoring night in the NBA last night. Yay, NBA.
Yeah.
Yay, 50s.
Yeah.
With Darius Garland of Cleveland going for 51 and Joel Embiid chipping in 59. Predict which NBA player will hang half 100 next. So half 100's 50 for those of you that can't count at home.
By the way, Joel Embiid. Oh, my God.
Good basketball player.
His overall stat line was ridiculous.
He also had 7 blocks.
Yeah.
To go with 8 assists and 1 billion points.
And a lot of rebounds.
You know what's funny is that Luka Doncic, I think, has scored 30 or more in every game but one. He leads the league in scoring at 34.3, and yet he doesn't seem like a 50-point guy. Like, he's not going to be my pick.
But I feel like once it starts, now there'll be like a week or two of several other 50-point games.
I'm just going to, because you don't know. I mean, nobody would have picked Darius Garland. I'm going to go Trae Young.
That's a good call.
I'm going to go Trae Young.
I like that call. It's a very good call.
Very good call.
I'm going to go Jason Tatum.
That's an even better call.
And it might happen tonight. How about that?
Where are they playing?
OKC.
Oh.
Okay.
See.
I think it might be LeBron. I think he's due for one of those, the Lakers suck, I need to score 50 to get us a win game.
Got to get back on the floor.
Earl in the chat, Joe, space capital L, space capital M, space capital B apostrophe D.
What?
He's doing voice to text, I think, and it comes out as Joe L M B.
Oh, got it.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's very funny to me. Question 2.
Question 2.
Who had the best win in the NFL for week number 10?
I don't want to overthink this. In Minnesota. You go into Buffalo. I understand that Josh Allen wasn't feeling too great health-wise. You go in there, you're getting pantsed a little bit, let's be honest.
Pants on the ground.
It was
like a fool.
It was the game of the week. And you know what? I didn't have a dog in the fight. I just want to see a good game. We got a good game. By the way, Josh Allen, 330 yards and a touchdown. He did throw 2 picks. But there was also, I was really glad to see Minnesota win in overtime because the game shouldn't have gone to overtime. What was it? Was it Gabe Davis, I think, with the diving catch? They called it a catch as the clock was winding down. It was not a catch. And the fact that they didn't pause to look at that play, had Buffalo ended up winning, that would have been really lame for the Vikings. I don't like refs screwing things up in any sport for any team. So Minnesota, who a lot of people, listen, they were 7-1. And a lot of people, including us and all our powering, was like, are they for real? And it's understandable. Well, they're for real. They went to Buffalo and they won. They're 8-1. They're for real.
Yeah, I think that's the answer, but I'll pick just one other one. The Packers. Down 14 late at home. I don't know that this is propelling them into anything, but that's a good win to come back, to rally, to force overtime, and to beat the Cowboys. Maybe save their playoff hopes here. They're now just 4-6. They needed that. So I would say it's really the answer is the Vikings, but I'll give a shout out to the Packers.
Also,
the Packers.
We should also give a shout out to the absolute catch of the year. I don't know how Justin Jefferson did this, but it's the catch of the year. I need more time to figure out how far we have to go back to find a better catch, especially in that situation, because dare I say, I like this catch better than Odell Beckham's catch. This was insane.
The Bills safeties are 25 yards from the line of scrimmage. Kirk back to pass. He's going to heave one to JJ to the right. Jefferson leaps to catch it, and he caught it! At the Bills 40! What a grab! Are you kidding me with that catch, JJ? First down, Vikings to the 41 of the Bills. So for Justin Jefferson, that's going to be a reception of 32 yards, and that's one of the most cold-blooded receptions you're ever going to see in your life.
The funny thing was the catch was so good that it was like 10 times better when you saw the replay.
Yeah, you had to see it again because it didn't really make sense, and you didn't realize how good it was until you saw multiple angles, multiple replays.
It wasn't even the one hand, although that was insane.
Yeah.
It was, how did the ball not touch the ground?
That's it. Like he curled it kind of back, and you're like, well, that touched no, wait, it didn't touch the ground. How did he do that?
It was unbelievable. Question 3.
Question 3.
No hyperbole, this might be the most difficult question we ask all week. Would you rather be the Broncos or the Raiders right now?
I'd pass.
I mean, honestly,
Would you just rather not play football?
You know that meme where like the two Spider-Mans are pointing at it? That's Nathaniel Hackett and Josh McDaniels. Like, no, you're the worst. No, you're the worst. No, you're actually the worst. Russell Wilson and Derek Carr are weirdly similar. I mean, just like the overall, like people think they're soft, don't like them, think they're the problem. They're super positive.
I think less people like Wilson, though.
Oh, I agree with you. But I don't know when it comes down to it that Carr is better than Wilson. I don't know.
Yeah. Broncos have one more win, but they can't score at all. Every game is the same. It's like 10-10 with 3 minutes to go. And nobody can score on the Broncos. And the Raiders can't beat anybody. They're both a mess, both with first-year coaches that probably aren't going to last.
Right.
Broncos made this investment into Wilson. Raiders make an investment into Adams and Jones and all these guys, and none of it worked.
I was thinking about this question too. Like, yeah, but also Walmart owns the Broncos, so they have unlimited money, and Mark Davis has the bowl cut. But then again, like you see,
a sweet stadium.
Yeah, because Walmart's super known to put out superior product.
Wow, shades at Walmart. Also
be a greeter.
Also new owners tend to suck.
So Russell Wilson. So.
I think the correct answer we could all agree on. I think I'd rather be the Sacramento Kings.
Can I say why I think the Raiders? I'll take the Raiders just slightly.
What if we were like, no, you can't, Jay? Yes, please go ahead.
Is the Broncos have all that guaranteed money tied up into Russ Wilson, whereas like they can pretty much get off of Derek Carr's money at any moment and reset there because the dead cap hit for the next 3 years. I think if they were to do it this year, it's like $5 million dead cap. And then the next year's 3 and the next year's 1. Like there's a little more room to maneuver there.
Yeah, what's so painful is both fan bases were so excited
for real.
Year. And understandably, the people talking about the division, oh, this is the year one of those two, or the Chargers up in the Chiefs. And could all 4 teams make the playoffs?
I'm old enough to remember when we were like, wow, Derek Carr is actually the worst quarterback in that division. Oh, how good. Herbert, Mahomes, Wilson, Carr. Actually, I'm old enough to remember not only us having the conversation, but seeing it on national TV.
Yeah.
Is this the greatest collection of quarterbacks in the history of the NFL for one division? That's what we were talking about, which is why, and please everybody forget about this summer.
No.
Everyone forget I'm saying this summer, but this is why preseason football talk is so stupid and pointless. It's just so stupid.
Yeah,
just about every sport.
Well,
forget about that when we bring up these topics.
This summer it matters.
Yeah,
but preseason football talk and pre-draft talk for any sport, but especially the NBA, are pointless waste. You might as well play a little slot machine on your phone. Their time sucks.
Can I ask you guys question 3B? Contracts factored in here. Next year, you have to start with Russell Wilson or Derek Carr as your starting quarterback. Who do you pick?
You said contract factored in?
Contract factored in.
Derek Carr.
I agree.
Wow, great question.
Next.
Yeah, I honestly, all right, I got a question for you guys.
Question 3C.
Okay.
You have to start with Nathaniel Hackett or Josh McDaniels as your head coach next year.
Hackett. Because I think Hackett, like deep down, knows he's kind of lame. And so, like, you know, he went out and got the play caller. Like, he gets it. Like, I'm kind of lame, and I'm just happy to be here, and good Lord willing. I think Josh McDaniels is like, I'm a good coach. I'm a good coach. I'm good. I don't need Bill. Like, I think that's kind of where he's from, and everyone's like, bro, you are Norv Turner. Like, you're straight up Norv Turner.
No, Norv Turner actually won some regular season games.
8-8, wouldn't he?
Well, I guess so. You're like, you strive to be Jeff Fisher at 7-9 every year. Like, that's who you are who Jeff Fisher thinks he is. Like,
okay, question 4D. You have to start with McDaniels or Jim Tomsula next year.
Tomsula.
McDaniels.
I mean, at least Tomsula. By the way.
Did what?
Wouldn't that be funny if his name was actually Tom Sula? We just
I
forgot about
it was.
the gym. Yeah, it's Thomas G.
Sula.
Sula. Because again, like I feel like Jim Tom Sula, like players like him.
Yeah, and he thanked everybody.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy.
In accounting,
he'd coach the games and then sweep up after.
Yeah,
for his second job.
Wow.
Uncalled
for.
Whatever. He
Where's
was richer
Jimmy T
than
right now.
Yeah,
It was uncalled
richer
for.
than all of us put together.
Uncalled for.
I'm a good
Inappropriate.
coach. I know
Flag
how to-
on the play.
I know how to coach.
Is that your McDaniels?
You built this roster wrong. I'm a good coach. Just give me some time. Yes, that's my Josh McDaniels. That is exactly what he sounds like. I've heard that on good authority. Thank you. I've also heard that my friend Shelby is very, very good at just helping you get money for free. Let me explain. So I've been talking to you about the Equity Builder program. Oh, it's called the EBP. I just made that up. First-time home buyers get a head start on your equity with a 10% loan that goes away after 5 years. Buy a $450,000 house, you're a first-time home buyer, which, by the way, congratulations. Jeez, money back. Buy a $450,000 house, which is about average in this area. Well, to help with the down payment, you get a 10% loan, $45,000. And right now, by the way, people are selling homes all over the place for under their value. So, in other words, you can go grab yourself a house worth $480 on an appraisal. That you'd buy for $450. Now, follow me along here. $480 is what it's worth. $450 is what you get it for. And then you get a $45,000 loan on top of that goes away. Now, do the math. After 5 years, assuming the home was just worth what it is now, that's $75,000 in equity just for living there. There's nothing like owning a home when your equity goes up, because in good times, the equity ends up going up more than what you make on your house payment. So you're effectively living there for free. Let Shelby help you out, whether it's with an equity builder program or if you're not a first-time home buyer, a rate buy down so you can actually see. There's some wonderful values out there because sellers are scared. Let Shelby help you out at refinanceWithShelby.com. It's refinanceWithShelby.com. Minimum last number 279-051. BRA number 0186435. The Kings lit the beam last night. Folks, we have a 500 team on our hands. Let's get into it next.
Kings insiders Frankie Cartoscelli and Chris Watkins give you all things Kings on the return of the Roar podcast.
With these two sitting next to me now, certainly feel comforted.
You can sign up for free at
SactownSports.com.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance, drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit GainswaveCalgary.ca.
It's time for your furnace tune-up with Clark & Rush. Just $69. We service all brands like Carrier. Turn to the experts for this comprehensive multi-point inspection, maintenance, and safety check. License 608005. We're continuing to take measures to keep you safe. Call today and schedule your $69 tune-up.
Heating and air, plumbing, insulation, gutters, windows, too. Smart energy savings is what we do. Clark & Rush.
Call 916-609-2665.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Legend says that golf courses are made up of 18 holes because it took exactly 18 shots to finish a fifth of scotch, a shot per hole. As it turns out, the 18-hole limit came to be somewhat accidentally. In truth, there was no standard number of holes on a course. In the beginning, it might have been 11, 23, 15, or 7. St. Andrews, for example, had 22 holes until 1764 when 4 were merged to make it an 18-hole course. The exact date when 18 holes became the standard is a bit sketchy, but according to the British Golf Museum, the R&A issued new rules for its members in 1858, and Rule 1 stated, 1 round of the links or 18 holes is reckoned a match unless otherwise stipulated. We can only presume that this was slowly adopted throughout Britain. By the 1870s, more courses had 18 holes and a round of golf was being accepted as consisting of 18 holes. Maybe not as romantic as the story of the bottle of scotch, but the truth is always stranger than fiction. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Nationally ranked Sacramento State football this Saturday night versus UC Davis. 2 p.m. kickoff at Hornet Stadium. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings improved their record to 6-6 with a 121-14 win over the Lakers in LA Friday night and a huge win over the Warriors last night at the Golden One Center.
Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season, dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues to dribble as we await the horn. There it is, and a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long distant memory.
Center Domantas Sabonis had his best game of the season, finishing with 26 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists on 59% shooting from the field. The Kings look to get above 500 tomorrow night against Brooklyn. The 49ers returned from a Week 9 bye and held on to get a narrow victory over the Chargers.
49ers will run the victory play now. Jimmy Garoppolo will take it. They'll have to do that, or is actually they don't have to do it again. They ran that down. And the 49ers will win. They're walking out to midfield. Tim, they get to 5-4.
Christian McCaffrey led the team with 77 total yards and a touchdown, while quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now 10-2 in games that he does not throw for a touchdown. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43. And 49ers beat writer for The Athletic, Matt Barrows, hops on at 8 via the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140 on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sabonis has it. Double. Out to Fox. Steps into 3. He stopped the triple. Darren Fox has a 20-point ball game, and the Kings have regained the lead. It's 115-113. Creeping on 3 minutes to go. Fox looking now, surveys from high 3-point range. Shakes once. Pulls up at the top of the foul circle, the rainbow. He's got another one. Fox struggled early tonight. Now has 11 in the quarter. Kings lead by 4 at 117-113. 2:35 to go in regulation. Here's Fox now working against Klay Thompson. High screen and roll with Sabonis. De'Aaron drives right, pulls up, 17-footer off the bounce. It's no good. Sabonis, rebound, put back. He's got the bucket. Great effort by Sabonis. Kings, after giving up a 13-2 run in the lead, have come back with 9 unanswered. 2:03 to go. Steve Kerr takes his final timeout. Sacramento with a 6-point lead at 119-113. But against the explosive Warriors, you can't hold your breath. Here comes Draymond Green on the run. Looking, finding Klay Thompson. Quick launch for 3. Missed it badly. Fox has the rebound. That should seal the deal. The Warriors aren't even pressuring. Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season, dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues to dribble as we await the horn. There it is, and a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long distant memory.
Oh, happy G-Man. Light the beam! And they did. Big purple beam in the sky. The Sacramento Kings have won 3 in a row. That is the 3rd longest winning streak in the NBA. That is the longest streak in the Western Conference. The Sacramento Kings, after going 0-4, have now gone 6-2 with those 2 losses, as you know, being those questionable, those horrible calls in Miami and Golden State. They're on a win streak. And I'll tell you, Jason, at one point during the game, the Kings were up. They were up handily. And it looked, it was, what was it? 107-98. 107-98 with the De'Aaron Fox shot from Terrence Davis with 9:03 left. It was 107-98. And then the Warriors get going, and the Warriors come all the way back, and they're up 111-109 on the Klay Thompson three-pointer from Draymond Green. It's 111, 109, then 113, 110 on the Green layup.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop right there. 113, 110. Klay gives him the assist now. 4:05 left. They have gone on a run. They have taken the lead. They have a 3-point lead. The bandwagon Warrior fans in attendance are all, waving their jerseys with tags still on them. And, the kids with terrible parents that are teaching their kids how to not be loyal, they're all happy and blah, blah. And 6 seconds later, after that shot goes in, took all of 6 seconds for De'Aaron Fox to go down, hit it two. It's now 113, 112.
Mm-hmm.
Then De'Aaron Fox hits a three after a Steph Curry miss. Okay, now it's 115, 113. Then De'Aaron Fox, after another stop on the Anthony Lamb three-point miss. By the way, Anthony Lamb in with 3:01 left. No offense to him, but boy, that's a state of the Warriors. De'Aaron then makes a step back 21-footer. It's 117, 113. De'Aaron Fox goes on a personal 7-0 run after the Warriors, the defending champions, are up 3. And that's what I love about this win. And that's why De'Aaron Fox is an all-star this year. He is seizing the moment.
He's becoming a great closer. And I love that De'Aaron has had to carry the team for 4 quarters a lot. He doesn't have to anymore. And he wasn't having his best overall game as far as offensively, but that's okay. He was there when they needed him the most.
Yep.
And I think if they're finding a really good recipe of Sabonis and Fox both playing at a high level right now. And then it's a mix and match. Maybe it's Terrence Davis. Maybe it's Malik Monk. Last night it was Keegan Murray's most 3-pointers he's made. He looked so comfortable coming off screens, turn, catch, fire, and shoot. You had Herder playing well. It wasn't a long list of great games, but your 2 best players played really well.
They did.
And Herder and Murray were good. But I think, Dave, we've seen it be Barnes sometimes. It's been Herder. It's been Monk. It's been other players. And you get just enough from Metu and Mitchell. And it was just a really, really good win. And to your point, Fox is becoming a great closer. The team is becoming a closer. Last 3 games, 10-3 run to end the Cavs, 8-0 run to beat the Lakers, 12-2 last night. That's winning time. Like, again, those swing any different way. You're not looking at 6-6. You're looking at a different record, but they've found a way to win the last 3 games with their closing push.
Give me those 3 games again, what the runs were.
10-3 to beat the Cavs at the end. These are the last points of the game. 8-0 on the Lakers and 12-2 yesterday.
So,
and a lot of that is De'Aaron Fox.
They've closed their last 3 games on a combined 30-5 run. The 30 is wonderful. The 30-5 is wonderful. The 5's the best number.
Yep.
The 5 is the best
number. Well, and that's the thing, too. Again, I don't even know where they are numbers defensively. I would guess in the 20s. They're better. We've seen 12 games. They're better defensively. We're not talking about – there's been a game. There's the half against the Warriors. That was 89, one of their worst defensive halves they've ever had.
Yes.
But they're just better. There's a collection of effort there. They just look better defensively. And, again, not the best defense in the league. No one's saying that. But that was an area that had to get better. Their execution is better. 31 assists again yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that's a winning formula in this league.
Let's take a look right now, or should I say let's take a listen. G-Man got to visit with De'Aaron Fox after the game.
Well, Swiper to Fox has slipped on the headset. My goodness. After 7 consecutive losses to the Warriors, a lot of folks were saying it's our time. How about the energy in this building tonight, D-Fox?
It was electric, man. It's electric all the time in this building. And I've always told people, man, you win some games, man, this city's always going to be, it's always going to be there for you. And all I want to do is get back to the playoffs in the city. And we're trying. We're working hard, and they're behind us.
I know that kind of like Friday night in L.A., the first half was a bit of a struggle for you. Second half was a different story. And down the stretch tonight, 11 points in the fourth quarter. Tell us what you feel in those situations. How do you stay calm? How do you try to control a ball game?
Man, in basketball, in sports and life in general, sometimes it's just not your day. And during this first half, it wasn't my day. Third quarter really wasn't my day, but I know the work that I put in behind closed doors with the lights off. And I know that at any moment, it could turn around for me. So I just stay the course, and I mean, this is a testament to the team that we have. I mean, I didn't have three quarters. I didn't play up to my standard that we're all expecting. But my team kept us in it. They kept us in it, and I was able to just stay with it and finish the game off.
I know on Friday night on social media, while you were getting stretched out, you said, fire up the laser. Well, on the big screen, they just showed the laser has been lit for this particular night.
Light the beam.
That's pretty cool. How about Sabonis tonight? Give us a quick thought on his contribution. I don't know if you're aware. 26 points, 22 rebounds, 8 assists.
He's a monster, man. He's a monster. And I told him I apologize for the ox thing. It was just a reference, but man, he's physical specimen in the paint. And today, I mean, he made shots, and I think when he's making jump shots, whether it's mid-range or threes, he's a whole different type of player to guard. And he did that today. And like I said, they carried myself throughout this entire game, and I was just able to finish it. So, I mean, I'm really thankful for the team that we have.
That's Darren Fox. As we go to break, just for funsies, the Kings are the 14th best team in the NBA in the fourth. Kind of surprised me. 18th in the third. Really surprised me. They've had great third quarters. They're the 5th best team in the NBA in the second quarter this year. 26th margin in the first. It's interesting.
They own the second.
That's us. We're a second quarter team, baby. Let's talk about the energy that they have in the second quarter. I don't know where they get it, but it's probably from my friends at American Energy. That's right. All the energy in the world for you at American Energy. Do what I did. Do what I've done. Get yourself a $49 tune-up. $49 tune-up. Your furnace and even your air conditioner. Yeah, for real. Seriously. You say, oh, air conditioner. It's cold. Now, you know, in like 2 weeks, it's going to be summer again. That's what it's going to seem like. $49. Take care of everything. It's going to work more efficiently, which is going to save you money. It's safer. Make sure everything's cleared out. American Energy Heat and Air wants to make sure you are comfortable. So do what I did. Book your tune-up today with the company that's been serving Sacramento since 1981. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And if that's not enough for you, look them up on Google or Yelp. Read the reviews yourself. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Please do tell them Carmichael Dave sent ya. Frankie Cartoscelli. He's our Sactown Sports Kings insider. He joins us next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Let me guess. Unknown caller? You could reduce the number of unwanted calls and emails with online privacy protection. The latest innovation from Discover will help regularly remove your personal info, like your name and address, from 10 popular people search websites that could sell your data. And we'll do it for free. Activate in the Discover app. See terms and learn more at discover.com/online privacy protection.
Hey folks, Jason Horowitz here from Westwood One. Join me, Kevin Harlan, and Ross Tucker for an NFC East battle on Monday Night Football. And Jalen Hurts and the Eagles host the Commanders. As the only remaining undefeated team, Philadelphia hoping to sweep Washington to move to 9-0. Don't miss any of the action coming up on Monday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Here's to Prilosec OTC. Without Prilosec, I wouldn't be able to enjoy all this yummy holiday food. Speaking of, whoever made that apple pie, delicious. I just take one pill each morning and zero heartburn all day. So cheers to Prilosec OTC. Ooh, are those jalapeno poppers?
Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid that can cause heartburn, so you can enjoy the holidays. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
O'Reilly. See better and drive safer with Rain-X Advantage wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase a pair of Rain-X Advantage wiper blades and get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, is also Northern California's #1 Honda certified pre-owned vehicle dealer.
Come see our amazing selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. We have something for everyone. Don't shop dealer to dealer trying to find the perfect used car. Stockton Honda has the selection, financing, and savings you want. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
One claim based on 2021 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Now, only on Amazon Music. The year was 1985.
25-year-old Cherie Warren of Roy disappeared 9 days ago.
That was the last anyone has ever seen her.
Friends and family believe foul play was involved.
Now, join the search.
You have two real persons of interest here.
Through the new KSL podcast, Cold 3, The Search for Cherie.
We're not going to stop. We need to find Cherie Warren.
Listen now, only on Amazon Music.
Got a take? Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now.
Call or text at 916-339-1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Domantas Sabonis. This for Earl. Domantas Sabonis last night. Players to post 26 or more points, 22 or more rebounds, 8 or more assists, and shoot 50% or more. The list of players to do that since 1978. Kareem, Charles Barkley, Chris Webber,
Hey, I know him.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Are you done?
Domantas Sabonis.
It's a good list to be on.
And you got to remember, he had a rough start to the year.
He did.
He's also being asked to do big man stuff on the other side of the floor as well. I like Fox is the one that stands out, and he should. But my goodness, what he's being asked to do on both ends. I think Domantas Sabonis is working harder than he's ever worked at any point in his career. By the way, that stat brought to you by Sactown Sports' insider on the Sacramento Kings, Frankie Cartoscelli.
Frankie!
Frankie!
Good morning, fellas. Good morning. Always a nice morning after a win like that. How you guys doing?
Isn't it isn't it just better? Everything tastes better. It looks better. The birds are chirping. Your muscles, Frankie, are just probably bulging even more with all your. Frank, come on, Frankie's cut.
He's put together.
Yeah. I want muscles like that. I just don't want to do the work.
Oh, I used to work at a gym. You have to credit it to that. But when I was at that gym, I used to watch a lot of Kings losses, mind you. So maybe that was motivation. But
yeah, we read your stat, dude. I mean, it's not your stat; it's Sabonis' stat. But Domantas Sabonis was the early GOAT, I think, for a lot of this fan base for this team, and he's doing things.
Yeah, I mean, and he was somebody that was kind of looked at over that struggling 0-4 start, and he wasn't really performing the way that we've seen him do over even last year when he was playing pretty well. But it was the touch around the rim. That's what I'm noticing more than anything. He would kind of have those little half hooks kind of in the paint, and those are some shots that are starting to fall for him. And again, when you're playing a team last night in Golden State that doesn't really have a center that can even, I wouldn't say even be able to remotely match what Sabonis can bring on a nightly basis. I mean, Anthony Lamb, a guy who looked pretty lost down the stretch there. And I kind of was curious why they did not go back to Kevon Looney, someone who did play against Sabonis a couple of times already this season. And I mean, Sabonis had some big games against the Warriors the first few times, but they're nothing compared to last night because that was just monstrous. But seeing him kind of get going in the paint was nice because the Kings were able to feed him and kind of ride him last night.
And Frankie, defensively, I think was the biggest issue too for him early on. He was either one, getting in foul trouble, or two, just getting the paint. The Kings were getting killed in there. So they've obviously made some adjustments, and the oddity is the adjustments haven't been to play more big guys. They've played small and maintained with a rotation of maybe guys that aren't normally fives, but it's seemingly working. What do you think about that adjustment from Coach Brown and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see a player like Rashawn Holmes is completely out of the rotation now. I think he's gotten DNP CDs for, I think this is his fourth straight game. So it's interesting. And Trevesi Metchie's been someone that's also, I think, been a little surprising. He's been holding his own in the paint more than I thought he would. I think he had a lot of criticism on his defense last year, but he has an athletic punch that he can bring. And Sabonis, like you said, he's staying out of foul trouble, which to me, that's also a huge difference maker for the Kings. His numbers are pretty good. I mean, they've been decent this season, especially over the past 6-7 games, and the Kings are on this decent streak here. But his biggest problem is he isn't on the floor. when the Kings need him most. And he fouled out a couple of games there late, and it didn't hurt them against Miami a couple weeks ago. But having him last night play at the level he was at, imagine if he was in foul trouble. I don't know what would have been the final stat line, but it surely wouldn't have been 26, 22, and 8. So, availability, that's the best thing he can bring right now, and he's showing that he can stay out of foul trouble. He stayed straight up, which I know that's something they teach you in Parks and Rec basketball, but Sabonis, you can see him on those defensive possessions. He's not being as aggressive, and not in a bad way. He kind of was being a little too aggressive, and that's something that Mike Brown's kind of bringing to this team is defensive tenacity. But Sabonis is still kind of on that learning curve, and for right now, he's staying straight up, and he's staying out of foul trouble.
Frankie Cartoscelli with us. We talked about the fact that the only 2 losses this team's had in their last 8 is the 2 controversial calls, Golden State and Miami. What do you think about the philosophy that you'd rather have the wins, of course, but something about those losses, when we're talking about building culture in that locker room, might have given them a little bit of an us against the world vibe and has actually helped them since mentally?
Yeah, I think it makes the team, the fan base, everyone feel better that the fact that the Kings it isn't like the last year or even year before where they're coming out and losing these games by a wide margin. They were right there in that Golden State game. They were right there in that Miami game. And yeah, there's no more morale victories. We all can kind of agree on that. But the fact that they are competing in each basketball game that they're playing, that's something that I know just sounds kind of sad to say, but the fact that the Sacramento Kings are able to come out and compete on a nightly basis and not have to have those big losses or they fall down 20, even 30 early, it's huge. And just looking at their place in the standings right now, they have a positive net rating. It's by 0.1 points. Yeah. Mind you, it's the slimmest of margins, but the fact that they came through a very tough opening slate of games, and there are more to come, of course, but the fact that they came through that 12-game stretch, 500, and really, like you said, they had a chance to be, if they could at least gotten one of those games against Golden State or Miami, even one of those games, things are looking a lot better here. And I'm pretty content with the 6-6 start through 12. I'm not sure how the fan base views it. I'd imagine the majority of the fan base is pretty pleased to see their team 500 through that kind of stretch. But it hopefully is a sign of what's to come, just more competitive basketball.
Frankie, the last 3 in this win streak, it's been the way they finished. Cavs 10-3 run in LA Friday night, 8-0 run, and last night 12-2 to beat the Warriors. A lot of it has been De'Aaron as a closer. What are you seeing with him at the finish of these games?
It's just kind of he knows it's his job now, and that's something that Mike Brown said too. He did what he's supposed to do. He said that following the other night's game against the Lakers, he knows what he's supposed to do. I expect that out of him, and I think that's something that the Kings expect out of him too. And like you said, 5 of 6 down the closing stretch, 11 points. He even missed 2 free throws, which is very uncharacteristic for somebody like Fox, who's been shooting around 90% from the line over the past 2-3 weeks. He scored 11 points, like you said, single-handedly went on a 7-0 run, and that's huge to me. And his defense, even down the stretch, was pretty big. He had that huge shot on Steph Curry. Steph Curry had a pretty decent look in the corner on a triple that would have made it a 4-point game with about 2+ minutes left. And as we know, the Kings going down by more than one possession against a Warriors team that has had their number for the past 2 years, that's tough. And it wasn't all Fox single-handedly holding Steph Curry to just 6 points in the fourth, but the fact that the Kings and Fox were able to hold Curry as well, that speaks to the progress they're making. But Fox, he is playing like an all-star right now. It's going to come down to where the Kings are in the standings, but he knows his role, and he's Mr. Fourth Quarter right now.
Frankie Carticelli with us, and we can talk all day about Fox. We can talk the rest of the day about Sabonis. You know what, Jason? I don't even know that you and I have mentioned this yet. You could make an argument the story of the night last night was Keegan Murray. Mm-hmm. And not because he put up the craziest numbers, but his father had said publicly what Keegan had been dealing with personally. Maybe I'm just making this up because I love Disney movies, but you got to think maybe he felt some of that love last night because Kings fans just poured out their love to he and his family. Whatever it was, he really broke through last night.
Yeah, I mean, and that kind of speaks to the Kings fan base too, how knowledgeable and how caring they can be in a situation like that. And definitely, I think Keegan felt that. And in his post-game interview, he definitely was choked up talking about the support and the play he had for his grandmother, who he said was awake and conscious after a scary situation there in Charlotte. But he looked much more comfortable. Looked like he wasn't playing with much weight on his shoulders. And it showed up on the box score too. I mean, 5 of 9 from 3. That's pretty incredible for somebody who came into the night. 3 was his career high in 3-point field goals, and coming off curls, like you said, Jason, in the last segment, that's something that really has impressed me. Just seeing him, how comfortable he looks coming off those curls in those stagger screens. He is somebody that can definitely be a catch and shoot threat. Now, we will have to see if he can develop off the dribble, but if he's doing what he can do, knocking down triples, and you see what Kevin Huerter has done this season and what he did last night, the Kings are a very dangerous team. And you let Darren Fox operate, Domantas Sabonis, both with 8 assists last night. They had their contributing pieces, the complementary pieces doing their jobs last night. And when Keegan Murray's locked in, this team is very dangerous, and that's something that's very fun to watch.
You can read Frankie on all the Sactown Sports sites, see him, videos, all kinds of stuff. Multimedia superstar is Frankie Cartoscelli. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, you know what? Listen, you're up, you're coming, you're growing. You're getting ready to take all our jobs, guys like you and Chris Watkins and the whole crew, and we appreciate it, man. Thanks for all your hard work.
I would never wish for that. I love working with you guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, good luck. Take care. Bye-bye. That's Frankie. We're late for a break, yeah or no? We are. He's giving me either Jay wants to start dancing or we're late for a break. So we will take a break.
Let's dance.
When we come back, Matt Barrows will join us. We're going to switch gears for one more segment. We're going to talk about the Niners. And I got a stat from the NBA I want to give you guys as well. We'll get to that next.
Hey, Kings fans, you got questions? We got answers. Send all your Kings questions to kingsmailbag@sactownsports.com and have them answered by the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami during our Kings Mailbag segment every Friday on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel. Subscribe today by searching Sactown Sports on YouTube. The only place to get wall-to-wall Kings coverage in the 916, Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
There's a place where actions speak louder. Jackpots echo throughout. And the thrill of it all is thunderous. Thunder Valley Casino Resort, where more than 3,000 slots, 100 table games, all new bingo and poker rooms blend with award-winning dining. And AAA 4-Diamond Luxury, winning big makes a sound all its own. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Live out loud. Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Your back-to-back Big Sky champion Sacramento State Hornets are back in action at home this Saturday, hosting the Causeway Classic against UC Davis. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. Don't miss the final regular season home game of the year. Cheer on your nationally ranked Hornets as they go for another Causeway Classic win. It's time to pack Hornet Stadium and wear your green. Kickoff 2 o'clock Saturday. Get your tickets now at hornetsports.com. Stingers up.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, uncles, aunts, brothers, and sisters. It was that way at my Noni's home, especially at my mother's home, and today at my own home around my Naturewood dining table. The order of the day is stories, the sweet sound of children laughing. Thanks for all the blessings we each enjoy, and of course, food. Always lots of food. Home is always adorned with special trimmings which remind of past gatherings, good times shared, and relatives that have passed on. Family-owned Naturewood Home Furnishings recognizes the significance of the holidays, and buyers pay special attention to find the distinctive pieces of furniture that you'll love for its individuality today and treasure for memories you'll have tomorrow. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
When it's time to service your vehicle, experience matters. Trust the experts at Folsom Lake Honda. We understand how important it is to have a safe and reliable vehicle, and our highly trained technicians will get the job done right the first time. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free. Need an oil change? Our express service will have you in and out fast. Come in or schedule your service online today.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Nationally ranked Sacramento State football this Saturday night versus UC Davis. 2 p.m. kickoff at Hornet Stadium. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios,
it's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings improved their record to 6-6 with a 120-114 win over the Lakers in LA Friday night and a huge win over the Warriors last night at the Golden One Center.
Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season, dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues to dribble as we await the horn. There it is, and a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long, distant memory.
Center Domantas Sabonis had his best game of the season, finishing with 26 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists on 59% shooting from the field. The Kings look to get above 500 tomorrow night against Brooklyn. The 49ers returned from a Week 9 bye and held on to get a narrow victory over the Chargers.
49ers will run the victory play now. Jimmy Garoppolo will take it. They'll have to do that, or actually they don't have to do it again. They ran that down. And the 49ers will win. They're walking out to midfield, Tim. They get to 5-4.
Christian McCaffrey led the team with 77 total yards and a touchdown, while quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now 10-2 in games that he does not throw for a touchdown. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Ugly but effective. No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the Niners and their win yesterday on Sunday Night Football. Coming up in the next segment, I got a fun Kings stat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's an NBA stat. Looking forward to it. Be a conversation starter. In the meantime, from The Athletic, the one, the only, the lovely, the talented, Matthew Barrows. Good morning, Matt.
Oh, thank you for calling me lovely. I think you're lovely, too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that could be the whole interview right there. That's a feel good.
He threw in talented,
I like
too.
to go out on a high note, so I think we should just end it right now.
Matt, when you were covering the Niners for the B, how did you go into the building much? And let me give you the context. I was having a conversation at the game yesterday with somebody. We were talking about the old school building for the Sacramento Bee and how once upon a time that place was like, it was like a movie walking in, like the hustle, the bustle, the phones, the coffee, all that. I imagine even if you didn't go in full time, it was just nice to reminisce about old haunts.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was on the news side of things for 4 years, so I went in there every day. And you're absolutely right. I mean, when I got hired by the Sacramento Bee in 1999, it was the heyday of newspapers. We were making money hand over fist. I mean, we had not just one newsroom, but there were several floors. It was just teeming with reporters. I could go on and on about this forever, but my point is that when I got there, we didn't have enough computers to go around. I had to share a computer. It was on a swivel. I had to share it with another guy on the desk opposite me, and we had to basically, it was a timeshare for this old Coyote computer, green, war game style computer. Do you want to play a game of chess? So a computer. I mean, that's how glorious it was. And then 20 years later, it was tumbleweeds going through that damn newsroom. I mean, it just happened so fast.
Did you ever have to write agate on one of those computers by hand? Did you ever have to get into that at all, or is that before your time?
No, agate. That's how Matt Barrows got his start in the industry doing agate. You give agate jobs to the riffraff, to the beginners. So,
I did too. Mark McDermott, man.
Did agate, yeah, for sure. My middle name is Agate. Yeah.
So Matt Agate Barrows joining us here.
There you go.
Matt,
there you go.
Yesterday, this is, everybody's taking the second half from the Rams game as just beautiful football. Then you get to yesterday, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't smooth, but they have a great defense, and they showed up in that second half to help them get that win. It's a win is a win, but how do you explain maybe a week off, all the toys available, and that's the offensive performance they get?
Yeah, I remember George Kittle saying at the end of the Rams game that he kind of wished that the bye wasn't coming up because they were finally getting into a rhythm, and you don't want to kind of squander that. And I do think that a little bit of that happened. And when you have so many weapons, I do think that it's going to take a little while for everything to become cohesive. But you saw the roots of it in that game. I mean, I counted, I think it was 7 or 8 plays where it's Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel in the backfield in one shape or form. So you can just sort of see the creativity that can spark or sprout from that duo. And like I said, I think it's something that's going to grow as the season goes on. One issue is that despite all the weaponry, it's still a really inexperienced offensive line that hasn't been blocking together for very long. It's been blocking together for half a season, and it's getting better in that regard. But really, it doesn't matter how many kind of fancy pieces you have in your offense if there's still some bulkiness along the offensive line. I think that was happening at times in the first half. Again, I think this is all stuff that's going to get better as the season goes on and they spend more time together. So that's how I would chalk it up. It was a good, Brandon Staley, the head coach of the Chargers, is a defensive guy. He's a Vic Fangio disciple. So it was a nice game by them. But, I think people, the 49ers included, were expecting a lot more offensive magic than we saw last night.
Matt Barrows joining us. Matt, we were kind of philosophizing earlier that it might just be for the Niners to be the best they can be, they have to be the worst fantasy football team there is. One of those teams that frustrates the heck out of any fantasy football player because you don't know. You had Elijah Mitchell with more rushes than Christian McCaffrey, and who cares? He's got so many weapons. I guess it's just a matter of A, do you agree? But B, is that something you think that locker room is ready for, sharing the ball like that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and really, it's happened in the past. There were games where Brandon Ayuk was the centerpiece of the offense, and he'd have a nice fantasy game. And the next game it would be George Kittle, and the next game it would be Deebo Samuel. So that's been happening, and now there's just a couple more individuals where that's going to be spread to. And I mean, I can totally envision a scenario where Christian McCaffrey has 125 combined yards one game and 46 the next because Elijah Mitchell's getting it. And no, I don't think that that's going to be an issue. That was sort of Jimmy Garoppolo's point after the game. I mean, everybody's just looking for that W, and they're just so hard fought, especially that game last night. That's the overwhelming sensation is that we played a close game, we came out with the win, and I don't think anybody was really concerned about their individual stat line.
Matt Barrows joining us, and all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Matt, a specific play, it was second quarter when, and this is a really tough play, I know what the league is trying to do here, but when Dre Greenlaw hit Herbert gets checked out for concussion, allowed to return. Greenlaw's ejected. What were the Niners saying about that specific play post-game?
Yeah, they were railing against it. They disagreed forcefully. I think Shanahan said it best. He understood the penalty because it was a helmet-to-helmet shot. But to then eject him, that's what he didn't understand because to Shanahan, there had to be, bad intent. And the 49ers' take was that it was a bang-bang play. I mean, this guy was being tackled from behind. His trajectory changed. Greenlaw was leading with his shoulder, and it just so happened that their helmets made contact. I mean, he wasn't trying to hurt him on the play. The league, I actually was the guy who spoke to Walt Anderson, the vice president of officiating, and he said that the fact that Herbert was being tackled from behind did have an effect, but it wasn't the mitigating effect that the 49ers were saying. He noted that, his knee was down. He was a down runner at the point that Greenlaw made contact, and the NFL's point was that the player's decision-making, Greenlaw's decision-making to go ahead and to try to hit Justin Herbert as he was falling was the reason why they ejected him. So, to me, I thought that Greenlaw should have, just given all the sensitivity with quarterbacks, whatnot. There was no sense in giving Herbert an extra shot at the end of that play. I don't think that he should have been ejected, however. I mean, that's a big, big call. He was the 49ers' leading tackler at that point. In fact, he finished the game as the 49ers' leading tackler. So taking him off the field is a big deal, could have really affected the outcome of the game. It seemed like it was another, we're going to send a message not to hit our quarterbacks type of thing from the league. And I've got an issue with that.
That's Matt Barrows from The Athletic. Matt, always appreciate your insights, especially after a win. I mean, your insights are good after a loss, but these are more fun after a win for both of us. And we'll have to sit down sometimes and talk about. I could spend an hour talking to you about the old Sacramento Bee.
Yeah, let's go deep on agate. We'll do like 3 or 4 hours on agate one day.
I never figured out. I tried. Mark McDermott used to yell at me because I always screw the agate up. It's like a code. People don't understand unless they were there, Matt.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. You have to be part of it.
Take care, man. We'll talk to you in a week.
Thanks, Matt.
All right. Anytime. Talk to you soon.
Bye. It's like 14 years old, interning, and big guys like, God! Because, you'd screw up the people, the coaching, the high school coaches are calling with the box scores, and you had to basically type computer code in there.
The hustle and bustle then, now there's probably 2 people in the office.
Seriously.
Everybody's working from home.
They
remotely.
moved.
Yeah.
They moved the building.
They don't need all that space.
There aren't enough people. All right, we'll take a break. I got a fun poll and a fun stat out there for you, and I'll let you know who I'm talking about. Let's get back into the Sacramento Kings as well. G-Man spoke to Darren Fox. We listened to that earlier. It's worth a re-rack as well. Just a minute of them going back and forth. And let's look ahead a little bit to tomorrow. Can the Kings build on this 3-game streak? We'll do that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people that play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility, and Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality, and Safe Credit Union. Let us put you first.
The number one priority for the good folks over at American Energy is making sure you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. And that's why they're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. If you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AE Way. That's the AE Way.com today. You could win a free whole home HVAC system. For the official contest rules, go to the AEWay.com.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance, drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit gainswavecalgary.ca.
Got a take? Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Our thanks to Matt Barrows each and every Monday. 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. Each and every second De'Aaron Fox is still on this team is a failure for Monty McNair. Is that what you said last year? Tyler rolls into the chat to, what would you call that? Not troll. It's not a troll. It's a fair question. We addressed this last week, but where we scoreboarding here after a win? I addressed it last week. I'll continue to address it for those who weren't there. And it wasn't McNair. It was the front office, but you get the point. De'Aaron Fox is amazing this year, and nobody's more proud of him than me. There's a difference between being a narrative fan and being a Kings fan. I'd rather have every take I have be wrong or off if it means the Kings are going to be good. And my statement last year in that video clip that went out was right before the trade deadline, when it was very clear that Fox and Halliburton weren't working and the roster was imbalanced and something had happened. And De'Aaron Fox, the max guy, De'Aaron Fox, it was thought by, I think, pretty much anyone, there's no way Tyrese Halliburton was going anywhere. There's no way.
Right. I didn't think so.
Second year, Monty's first pick, far cheaper. There's no way. Somebody had to go. And then Monty turned around and traded Tyrese Halliburton. No, I think I wished I had said one of these guys has to go, and every day that doesn't happen it was an indictment on the front office. And I was right. But I'm also really glad that it wasn't De'Aaron, because we talked about this over the weekend a little bit. First off, it's possible for the trade to be good for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wish Tyrese. I don't like that what's happening is this pitting against, like, you're either a Tyrese guy or you're a De'Aaron or a Sabonis guy. Why can't you still love Tyrese Halliburton and wish him all the success in the world, and also love Domantas Sabonis? But I think looking at Tyrese Halliburton and comparing him directly to Domantas Sabonis, that's not the whole picture. Number one, they got Buddy.
Right.
And what did that open up for this team?
Yeah.
Which in this case is Kevin Huerter. Secondly, not only did the Kings get Domantas Sabonis, but they also got this version of De'Aaron Fox over the version that was here last year when Halliburton was here and the year before. They're both great. I don't think there was any animosity or anything to read into. It just did not work out X and O wise. So you get Sabonis, you get all-star version of superstar Fox, and it opens up the roster a little bit. That doesn't. I'm not trying to say the Kings won or lost the trade. And if Sabonis doesn't re-sign here, they lost the trade. And that's the one last little thing. Unless Sabonis doesn't sign here, they bring in somebody even better with it. But you get my point. But I think looking at it as just straight Halliburton and Sabonis is a little off. And I understand that's a little bit of narrative pinching there. It's like, well, if the Kings hadn't traded DeMarcus Cousins, they wouldn't have gotten De'Aaron Fox, which is, I kind of like to think that way, but I get it. But it's a lot more than just them getting Domantas Sabonis, Jason, in that trade last year.
Absolutely. And, I think people are going to connect that. And the part that gets me is it's almost like on a night-to-night basis. Tyrese has had some really good games this season. Mm-hmm. And then that's the evaluation on that night. He goes for 25 and 12 against the Wizards, and everybody's going to make the comments like, well, maybe they shouldn't have gotten rid of like on that game.
Yeah.
Like it's either you didn't like the trade, you like the trade, or to your point, it can work for both. I think the Kings are very happy with what they got. I don't think they were seeking to get rid of Tyrese Halliburton
either.
It was a circumstance, and I still take that as a kind of a badge of honor to Tyrese. It's really rare to trade a player that young, that early, that's not been an all-star for an all-star.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was amazing. And, the other part about it is Buddy Hield's actually having a really good year there, statistically. And that's the thing. I think that's one of those things that a lot of times when players are traded, you just look at stats. You've got to watch the game to get context, because here Buddy would have some good games and good numbers, but there was a frustration to his game. And much like, okay, I'll admit it, I saw a lot of Sabonis' games, but when he's coming here, I'm like, this guy can get 20 and 20.
Right.
Then he gets here, and you see some things, you go, boy, I don't know that he can defend that well in the paint.
Right.
You see the warts when you get a player and he's in your hands. So it's different than just looking at stats. And, now you get the players, you adjust to them, and figure out what you got.
Funny thing is, both the Pacers and Kings are 6-6. I wish them all the best. I hope Tyrese Halliburton makes 10 All-Star teams, and I hope we win a championship. And if we keep playing like we have the last 3 games and we win every game, we will win a championship. That I can guarantee, if we just win the rest of our games.
Yes.
It was a fantastic game last night, a phenomenal comeback. phenomenal comeback. It was phenomenal that they got hit in the mouth and were able to recover and close out on that run. And as a matter of fact, Jason, you said this earlier, in their last 3 games, all wins, they have closed those games on a combined 30-5 run.
Fantastic.
Including, was it 12-2 last night? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 12-2 last night. All right, Jody Bacon hates when I do this because I like to use numbers a lot, but I'm going to give you 2 players. If you have a pen there.
I do.
You have a piece of paper? Uh-huh. Okay. Player A. Everybody pay attention at home. If you're driving, please just listen. Don't write this down. Player A. 24.5 points per game. 10.5 rebounds. 4.6 assists. 48.3% field goal percentage. And 0.179 win shares per 48. I know, I'm getting nerdy. Player B, 17.9 points per game, 11.3 boards, 6.3 assists, 55.7% field goal percentage, 0.212 win shares per 48. Do you have a preference? And by the way, there's no right or wrong answer here. That's not the point I'm trying to make. There truly isn't a right.
Can I ask for more, a little more info?
Absolutely.
Without names, obviously.
Sure.
What are the positions of player A and player B? I'm guessing 4 or 5.
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me ages of player A and player B?
As a matter of fact, both 26, both in their 7th season.
Oh, okay. I think I know where you're going with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to pick one over
Sure.
the other. I mean,
and that's kind of my point.
Right.
Because there's no wrong answer.
One is more rebounds and assists. The other one has more points. I like the field goal percentage of player B better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
yep.
If player B has a good team around him, probably player B. If player A is the team,
mm-hmm.
then maybe that's why they have the stats. I mean, I feel like I need more, but
player B is this year's version of Domantas Sabonis.
Okay.
Player A, at the same age, same years in the league, is the 1999-2000s version of Chris Webber.
Okay.
And relax. I'm not saying Domantas Sabonis is Chris Webber. What I'm saying is that it's amazing to me how much we worshipped and should have Chris Webber for what he was doing. And I think part of that was him bringing that new, fresh flavor here. And it just seems like with Sabonis, like as much as fans, a lot of fans are loving him and appreciating him, like he's really, really, really good. And not just scoring and rebounds. No, he's really good. Is he a lockdown defender? He is not. You know who else wasn't a lockdown defender? Chris Webber.
Right.
You know who else wasn't a lockdown defender? Peja, Vlade, Baby. Okay, that's not who he is, but yet he's kind of being asked to do that in the middle. I am a giant Domantas Sabonis stan. I have been since before he was on this team. And Chris Webber, Boogie Cousins, Domantas Sabonis. That's the line of big men here.
Yeah, and even yesterday, I mean, I think they've done a better job. I don't know if the term is hiding it, if he's adjusted. Mike Brown said yesterday they even went to a box and 1. They hadn't even practiced it. So I think they've done some things. 1, Sabonis has stayed out of foul trouble. 2, he's not the lockdown defender, but I don't feel like they're getting abused in the paint right now. Not like they were.
I don't either. I don't think they're getting abused. I do think I'm going to stick with what I said a week ago. They're still going to struggle with bigger teams.
Sure, there's still flaws. Like we had a couple earlier. Oh, look, imagine when they get Embiid and Joker. Yeah, 2 of the best bigs.
Well,
yes, they will have.
Right.
That's like, oh, imagine a guard trying to guard Curry because he's great.
Wait till Giannis.
Yeah. I mean, you're picking the best of the best. There's 30 teams. I like Sabonis against a lot of teams. He'll have some trouble with some too.
And the Warriors aren't big down low.
Nope.
The Lakers did have Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And he had a good night. And the Cavs are very big. And the Cavs win. That's why, to me, the Cavs win is the biggest outlier and my favorite win of the year.
Because they got killed in the paint and on the boards, yet still won.
Yeah, still won. Oh, and by the way, the Magic started 7 guys that were 8'9", and the Kings still managed to win there too. We'll take a break. Hey, listen, let's go around the NFL real quick next. There were some other things other than the Niners and Raiders, including the catch and game of the year in Buffalo. We'll do that next.
You want the inside scoop on the Sacramento Kings?
Cattles and Rami are giving it to you.
Tune in every Thursday at 4 p.m. for an exclusive interview with a member of the Kings coaching staff.
When you're talking about Foxy, we're going to utilize his speed. We're going to make sure the floor is spaced so he can get to the paint.
Keegan has the potential, and we have no doubt in our minds that he'll be a huge part of our winning in the future.
From your local sports leader.
Sactown Sports.
It's Carmichael Day for my good friend Shelby and everybody over at RefinanceWithShelby.com. Home equity is the best way for you to build up and pass on wealth. The Equity Builder program happening right now gives first-time home buyers a head start on this with immediate equity in the home via a loan of up to 10% of the purchase price. Now, here's the deal. The loan is completely forgiven if you live in the house as your primary residence for 5 years. Think about that. A $450,000 home. You make about $80,000. You get $45,000 down as part of the Equity Builder program, and you live in the home for 5 years, boom, the loan is gone. You got to be a first-time home buyer. You got to occupy the property as your primary residence. That's about it. Couple of other things, and you're good to go. That's it. Go to RefinanceWithShelby.com. It's a no-brainer. It's the best way to get into this market. RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRE number 01864354.
Check out my friends at Downtown Ford. New location, new ownership, and absolutely no markups. That's unheard of. Downtown Ford, 1535 Howe Avenue in Sacramento. Come see Aaron because I guarantee you he's got what you're looking for.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Tune in every Wednesday to the Carmichael Day with Jason Ross show for Wine Wednesday, where they whine about plays, calls, everything from the past week in sports. Wine Wednesday, brought to you by E2 Family Winery. Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. CalHope can help. Access CalHope's free and secure mental health resources. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org.
It's hard to find a better selection of 4x4s in stock and ready to drive home today than you'll find at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. New truck prices keep rising. M&S invites you to tour their selection of super clean 4x4s and trucks and save thousands. Tacomas, F-150s, Jeeps, Rams, Silverados. Great deals today on hundreds of 4x4s, SUVs, and muscle cars. First-time buyers are welcome. M&S Auto Sales, El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens FindRx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. Find a plan that's right for you at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Black Friday is starting early at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Grab free batteries with tons of Makita products and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 21st through the 28th, save $100 on Makita 18-volt rear handle circular saw kit and take home 2 extra batteries on us. Again, our Black Friday sale will be November 21st through the 28th. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
New Kia inventory has been arriving at Folsom Lake Kia. Check out the deals on all the new Kia models. You can even buy with 0 down with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your family-owned Kia dealership for over 20 years.
Nationally ranked Sacramento State football this Saturday night versus UC Davis. 2 p.m. kickoff at Hornet Stadium. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings improved their record to 6-6 with a 121-14 win over the Lakers in LA Friday night and a huge win over the Warriors last night at the Golden One Center.
Sacramento on the verge of going 6 of their last 8 after an 0-4 start to this season, dribbling out the final 8 seconds. Darren Fox being congratulated by Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Fox continues to dribble as we await the horn. There it is, and a 7-game losing streak at the hands of the Warriors is a long, distant memory.
Center Domantas Sabonis had his best game of the season, finishing with 26 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists on 59% shooting from the field. The Kings look to get above 500 tomorrow night against Brooklyn. The 49ers returned from a Week 9 bye and held on to get a narrow victory over the Chargers.
49ers will run the victory play now. Jimmy Garoppolo will take it. They'll have to do that, or is actually they don't have to do it again. They ran that down. And the 49ers will win. They're walking out to midfield. Sam, they get to 5-4.
Christian McCaffrey led the team with 77 total yards and a touchdown, while quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now 10-2 in games that he does not throw for a touchdown. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The 94th most popular celebrity from Carmichael
How popular do you want to be?
meets a Celtics broadcasting legend.
Celtics are going to go for the win. Everybody here at Golden One Center on their feet.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
It's Nirvana on the Sporty 1140, Sactown Sports.
One of the better ones.
Yeah. 3-game win streak.
You make it 4 tomorrow? This is actually a favorable homestand. Here we go again, right? Oh, by the way, I know we talked about yesterday's game more often than anything else. You were nervous Friday, weren't you? The way that Laker game was going?
Yeah.
What was happening there?
You mean like with the game?
Yeah.
Or me? Okay.
Both.
Yeah.
Everybody was. This is going down the all too familiar road.
I was in anger face Friday.
Yeah.
I was very upset with them for it even being that close. And then at the end, you know what? At the end of the Laker game, or should I say the Kings game? At the end of the Kings game, I felt very similar to how I felt at the end of the Niner game yesterday. It's a win.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Everyone's got to chill.
Yeah. But Fox made some big shots. That was
made
great.
Some huge shots.
Yeah.
He made some absolutely huge shots. And you know what? You know who was happiest about the Kings-Lakers win? Robert Horry.
This is Robert O with a message to all the Kings fans. I'm so sorry. I should have missed. You guys got screwed by the refs. And my shot shouldn't have mattered. Same as Samaki's. Go Kings. Beat LA.
Wow. Was that really Robert Horry?
It's really Robert Horry.
Wow.
It's really, really, really look.
Huge Kings fan.
Robert Horry.
Oh, that's him.
It's Robert Horry.
Yeah.
Robert Horry, who, by the way, I've said Robert Horry more in the last 20 seconds than I have in the history of this show.
Yeah.
Because he is who he should not be named. Wait, yeah. Noted Kings fan now.
Sounds like
finally is maybe the curse is broken.
Yeah. He believes.
Yeah, I was not happy, dude. I was not
but
happy.
It was a win.
It was a win, and that's what matters,
Yep.
and blah, 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 which is probably what the Minnesota Vikings fans are saying right now. Let's just fast forward, and then we'll recap. Justin Jefferson with the catch of the year, perhaps the catch of the millennium. Oh, my God.
The Bills safeties are 25 yards from the line of scrimmage. Kirk back to pass. He's going to heave one to JJ to the right. Jefferson leaps to catch it, and
He caught it! At the Bills 40! What a grab! Are you kidding me with that catch, JJ? First down Vikings to the 41 of the Bills. So for Justin Jefferson, that's going to be a reception of 32 yards, and that's one of the most cold-blooded receptions you're ever going to see in your life.
I mean, good on them for the live call.
Yep.
And like we talked about earlier, 100 times better of a catch in slow-mo replay.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't understand scientifically how do you go back and with one arm fully splayed out, oh, by the way, in a world-class athlete trying to stop you from catching the ball, and not only do you bring it down, how do you hit the ground flat without being able to brace yourself and I held on to the ball.
Yeah. The back and forth in that game, the amount of big plays or the turns of events and roller coaster. I mean, again, that's why also two great teams playing each other.
Yes.
And we can now put the Vikings in. I mean, they're It's a great win. That was an awesome game.
I want to calm down on the superlatives on this because no credit away from the Vikings at all, but I'm not ready to bury the Bills in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Josh Allen was clearly, I mean, he almost didn't play. He was down on the turf at least once, I think twice during the game. Just he's not well, and it's just really simple. It's an elbow, and that's just in you need your elbow if you're a quarterback. If that's something that can be overcome with time, great. If he's playing with that elbow for the rest of the year, then the Bills, I think, are done. Done as a championship contender. You're not going to be able to do that because the teams are eventually, not that the Vikings didn't, but they're just going to focus in on that. They're going to dare him to throw the ball. He was throwing, but he also threw 2 picks.
Yeah.
This game was drunk, though. It was incredibly drunk. It was 27-17 going into the fourth quarter. 27-17, 24-10 at the half. The Vikings outscore the Bills 16-3. 16-3. And as crazy as that one-handed catch was, that wasn't even the craziest play of the game, as the Bills, after stopping the Vikings, are backed into their own end zone. All you have to do is take arguably, the toughest quarterback in the league to bring down. I'm not talking speed. I'm talking brawn. And all he has to do is just dive forward for a yard or two, get him out of the end zone. Could the unthinkable happen?
And Davis is behind Allen, and he tried to push him. He didn't get out of there. He didn't get out. He did not get out. That's a safety. Give it to us.
Wait for it.
Came out. Down. Yes, the Vikings. Kidding me? The Vikings are going to win. Are you kidding me? Yes, drop that ball.
Shut up. I can't deal with it, dude. God.
There was a lot in there. Give it to us. Everybody talking at the same time.
I'm the last guy to talk about homerism. I'm the biggest homer in the world, but that's like Bill and Bobby on the couch watch. You might as well do a Manning cast. Like either call the game. If I'm right around the radio right now, I don't know what the hell's going on. Was it a safety? Was it a cow? Where are you guys? Yeah, is there a fight? Is somebody robbing the press box currently? Anyways, they go to overtime.
Put up your hands.
Hey, and the Vikings with the pick end up getting the OT.
Allen back to pass in the pocket to the end zone. Yes, it is intercepted by Patrick Peterson.
Okay, and you get the.
You sure you want to hear it?
Golly, geez. Hey, why don't we hear about this as we continue to go through the NFL? The Packers beat the Cowboys in overtime, and I mean, it was a big win for the Packers. Of course it is, but I just want to throw this at you, okay? Because we're all waiting for it. Deep down inside, we're all waiting for it. The Packers have the Titans, Eagles, Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, and Lions coming up. That's actually a fairly brutal schedule. But they went like 6 of 8 or what? Like, would it really shock you if the Packers reeled off like 5 of 7?
I would have said no before, but gosh, even yesterday, I mean, there was a point I'm watching that game. They were in the second half, and the Cowboys were up, and they said Aaron Rodgers is 6 of 10 I know 10 passes, and they're going, well, this is who they are now. They're a running team. I'm like, why? Rodgers has won the last 2 MVPs.
Yeah,
and they're a running team only.
Team. That makes
but he did have a couple of big completions.
Makes a ton of sense. When we take a quick look at the standings, it would be nice to point out that the New York Giants are 7-2.
Mm-hmm.
The New York Giants are 7-2. And you know what? You and I talked about this before the season. We talked about it at length before the season started. We kept telling people that in week 9, the New York Giants would have the best record of any of the New York football teams.
That's what we said.
We kept telling everybody the New York Giants are going to have the best. They're going to be 7-2, and the Bills and Jets are both going to be 6-3. 19-8 for the Bills, Jets, and Giants. What were the odds on that? 74 kajillion to 1. Amazing.
And California football, by the way, which 13 and 14, I think, between the Chargers, 49ers, and Rams.
Yeah, 5-4, 3-6. What is that? 8-10, and then you add in the Chargers. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Are the Rams going to go from first to worst?
I mean, in that division, 3-6. They lost 3 in a row. Stafford missed his first game.
Well, 3-6 is one of the worst. Only the Bears have worse. Well, there's Bears, Panthers, Saints, but they're 3-7. Well, the worst in the NFC.
You know, the Bears lost to the Lions yesterday. Lions' first road win in almost 2 years. I'll say this. I'm still not sold at all, but I've actually been pretty impressed with Justin Fields last couple of weeks.
He's running like crazy, but he's looked good.
Really, really is. He's not necessarily doing it with the arm yet, but I'm actually pretty impressed with 147 yards this week on the ground, 178 the week before. The guy has combined for 325 yards rushing in 2 games and 3 touchdowns. Woof, woof. Then again, he's also combined for 290 yards passing in 2 games.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, what's hot, what's not, the news, celebrity birthdays, all of it right after this.
Log on to Sactown Sports' YouTube channel following every Kings game this season for the Sactown Sports Kings recap. Carmichael Dave, Nick Cattles, Rami Makloff, and Chris Watkins interact with you directly after every Kings game all season long. Subscribe now and get notifications by searching for Sactown Sports on YouTube.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports,
the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about ACR Solar and Roofing, ACR Home Services. There's so many different things that they can provide for you. Just go to acrsolar.com to find out. Now, for us, we needed a new roof. We had been in our home for 20 years now, and when we bought the house, it was an older house already and had a roof that had been there for a while, and it had been it pushed a little bit, extended. We utilized all the seasons and made it through, but we weren't sure we were going to make it through another winter. That's a bad feeling, and now that we're getting closer to that and some temperature changes and certainly some rain, we're stress-free because we went through the process late in the summer to get a brand new roof thanks to ACR Solar. And when we met with them, we knew it was the right company for us. We liked the price of the roof. We liked the communication, the follow-through, their history, their background from the top-down ownership with John there, Joe Peterson, the roofing expert. It just made sense for us. And then when we get to the actual project, exactly what they told us would happen is what happened. I know that sounds like, of course, that's the way it goes. You know it. If you've done any other home projects, it's not always that way. The follow-through, the communication was important to us, and everything they told us that was going to happen did happen on the day, and they delivered what they said they were going to do. That was very important to us. And then the result now, brand new roof. It looks great. Good curb appeal, peace of mind. And we're so happy with the roof that we're going to have for years and years and years to come. So if you're in that spot where you're looking for a new roof, I strongly consider you check out acrsolar.com.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. And this year, Vince, we've got football games on Sunday, Monday, Thursday.
Yeah, but they're nothing like the Friday deals at last year's Elk Grove Dodge.
Black Friday deals.
Black Friday deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns. This month, take $11,000 off MSRP on over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And during the Black Friday sales event, I'll throw in 0% financing for up to 48 months, plus no payments for 90 days. All 3.
$11,000 off Bighorns plus financing and no payments for 90 days? All 3? Vince, I'd call that a completion.
No, I'd call that a score.
Save $11,000 on over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Plus get 0% financing for 48 months and no payments for 90 days.
Only at last year's Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Includes $5,000 in California Black Friday retail bonus and bonus cash. On approved credit, must finance through Chrysler Capital. 0% APR for 48 months is $20.83 for $1,000 borrowed. Sample in 39.57.96 ends 11/30/22.
Hey, it's Nick Cattles, and you should start your holidays right with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from California Backyard. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill is turning me into a pro. Think outside the kitchen this year and cook your entire holiday meal on a Napoleon gas grill. Napoleon, their grills are built to last. I'll tell you right now, all made with premium steel that boasts quality. Check out Napoleon Grills today at any of the 4 nearby California backyard locations. They're always the best in backyard living. Check them out at Napoleon.com.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
So sorry the food is late.
You should order through EasyCater. Professionally delivered on time and as ordered.
Totally would, but the E is broken on my keyboard.
Just get IT to fix it.
Totally would. Can't type the word help.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Okay, can I have everybody's attention for just a second?
Morgan's media planning firm just landed a multi-million-dollar client.
Because we won the pitch.
She needs to staff up before trafficking hits a traffic jam.
So we're going to need research, planning, buying, obviously, and probably data analytics.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance, drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit gainswavecalgary.ca.
I'm Dave Colley, investigative journalist and host of the podcast Cold. Don't miss our new Season 3, where I look into the cold case disappearance of Cherie Warren, a woman last seen leaving her job at a Salt Lake City office building in 1985. Police looked into her estranged husband and boyfriend, but never made any arrests. Find out why in Cold, Season 3, The Search for Cherie, exclusively on Amazon Music.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Oh, who's hot?
Who's hot?
The Fox and the Ox.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to start? Fox or Ox?
Fox.
Okay. Darren Fox leads the NBA in clutch points. For those of you wondering what clutch points are, that is defined as if a team is down 5 or fewer points in the fourth quarter with 5 or fewer minutes left. So one more time, clutch points is
that's clutch.
There's 5 or fewer minutes left and your team is down or in that matter, 5 or fewer. He's shooting 64% from the field, 57% from 3, and 100% from the line in the clutch.
Wow. He's also now 15th in the NBA in player efficiency rating, by the way.
That's pretty good.
15th in the NBA, Domantas Sabonis 20th.
Hey, speaking of Domantas Sabonis, funny you mention him. He has 136 rebounds and 75 assists so far this season. Other players since the ABA-NBA merger who have matched or exceeded both of those totals through their first 12 games of a season.
Who?
Kevin Garnett in 2005.
Okay, he was good.
Giannis in 2020.
Yep.
And Nikola Jokic in 2022.
He's not even in the top 10 centers in the West. He doesn't play defense.
I'm not sure what that was.
I think it was Kermit if he was a Kings fan. He doesn't play defense, Biggie.
Who's not?
Who's not?
Y'all.
Yeah.
Actually, no. The Raiders are actually less hot than you.
No, they're not.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good because you can do your Josh McDaniels.
I'm a good coach, I swear.
The Raiders are now 0-6 in one-score games this season. Their 6 straight one-score losses is the longest active streak in the league. The Raiders suck.
I don't need Bill Belichick.
He was different sounding earlier in the show.
Yeah, I know. What was he? Oh, yeah, he was my daughter.
Good coach.
I'm a good coach. I'm sorry. I'm a very good coach. Oh, yeah, well, Demontis Sabonis is very good.
Wow.
There's a notes, please. Right now.
Stand by on this frequency.
I'm a good coach.
The news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
You know what I was thinking about when after we had Barrows on, because we were reminiscing about the bee. So I was a bee Paperboy. A lot of people listening probably were.
Was a Paperboy.
Were you a Paperboy?
But not a bee one. But yeah.
Okay, so like, how does this work? You're 12. I was 12. You have this big burlap canvas bag that you put over. I put over the seat of my Schwinn.
Oh, that's good. You had that because I had a 10-speed. That was awful.
That's right. And then the bag always gets caught in your spokes. And you're riding your bike in pitch dark.
Yeah, freezing.
Trying to frisbee a paper, and you can't slow down, or your whole bike will collapse because you're carrying 700 pounds.
When you have to take him out evenly balanced too.
Yes, you do. You go left, right, and then God forbid it lands somewhere. You got to make the decision. Oh, do I go grab it? And you have some that are like, I want mine on the porch. Okay, sir. Well, let's see how my arm is this morning. So you're doing all this, but you get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Big truck drops off the stacks have 500 papers. You got to fold them and rubber band them so your hands are black with ink. And then you got to go deliver them all.
Be honest, how bad of a Paperboy were you?
The worst.
I was top notch.
So I'll bet you were.
Yeah, I was throwing it and ringing the doorbell.
I'll bet you were. But here
coffee was being made.
Just bam. Oh, yeah, is that the sound every time?
Yes. Broken window, broken glass everywhere.
So
Jason was like Paperboy, the actual game.
Right, exactly. His dogs are chasing him. He's fine. Here's the best part. 12 years old. Got to do all this, then go to school, right? Then once a month, you've got to walk around to people's houses. Hi, Mr. Jones. I'll be $8.95.
Yeah, worst part by far.
And then sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they pay you in cash, and you turn it all into whoever the mafia boss is that picked up all the money, all for a grand total of $150 a month. And if you sold enough,
that much?
I don't even think it was.
So.
And then if you sold enough subscriptions, hey, you might get a certificate to Happy Steak.
Yeah,
Happy Steak. I'm telling you, Happy Steak was a prize once.
Can I just say, this sounds like a segment that should be on a therapist's couch.
All I'm saying is
you're pretty bent about this.
I started thinking about this after Barrows because I was like, God, I've never thought of this before. How did they get away with that?
Happy Steak wasn't that good.
No.
Well, I'll use the answer that every person that did something terrible, years ago said, "Oh, it's a different time back then."
It was a different time.
It was.
Bye, Mom. Bye. I mean, my kids are both older than 12 now. If they were going to go around door to door to collect money for the bee or whatever the heck, no.
Yeah.
No.
And there was always the house you did not want to go to.
Right, but you had to.
Oh, no.
I swear to God, there was one house.
Use other money to pay for that.
I will pay for it. You know what I think they fired me after 4 months. I just keep the money. Hey, screw it. You're not paying me. I got cash. Let me go get some candy and play Street Fighter. Today's National Seatbelt Day. Wear your seatbelts.
Yep.
All right, this is a good one, guys. Are you for or against this on holiday? Today is National Family Pajamas Day.
Yeah,
I'm for it.
You ever matching pajamas on the
match? Oh, I just like pajamas.
Well, I agree, but like
matching and like Christmas card pictures.
So my wife has this tradition she started now, which is funny because she's, this is the opposite of her. She's not miss holidays, ho ho ho. But now every Christmas, the first Christmas Eve, we open up a present and it's always matching family pajamas.
Okay.
Then we take a picture in the morning and then we open up presents wearing our pajamas.
Okay, so you guys are very much pro this.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it.
You guys, that means they're all into it.
I mean, Mason's not.
Okay.
I admit it's
I know
OD.
you're not either.
You know what? I am. It's absolutely, it's fine. I actually appreciate her effort.
I think it's cool if, like, it's done well, but if you're just, like, wearing traditional, like, oh, we got a Christmas tree on our matching Christmas tree pajamas.
Yeah,
it's kind of lame.
No.
But if it's something funny and creative, like, I'm for it.
Last year I got slippers that said Papa Bear, and she got slippers that said Mama Bear.
Yeah.
I felt like Darren McGavin in Christmas Story. Just
like, if you're all dressed as
old.
Cousin Eddie and taking a picture like that, Merry Christmas, you know what's full, like, that's great.
Yeah. No, yeah. Okay. Today is World Diabetes Day. I don't know. Hey, my mom has diabetes. It sucks. So get your stuff checked.
Good PSA.
I'm just, I've been giving my mom, she let us give her her insulin injections when we were kids. She was really cool about it. So we'd like understand how it worked and all that. And also if we needed to. So like, so I get it.
That's
like,
cool.
No, it really is. I mean, she involved my sister and I. You had 2 insulin bottles and you pull out from both. And then, you had squirt, make sure you didn't kill her. And then, you give her a stick in the old, but I mean, think about it. They got to take a shot. You got to take a shot in the tummy or the thigh or wherever. Yeah. Like all those, it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
This just, diabetes sucks. That's my opinion.
That's one to grow on.
It sucks.
Here I was thinking I had a huge responsibility of filling up my mom's wine glass from the Francie box.
That's my kids
usually a big chore, though.
It is a big chore. Kids do that from the list all the time. But on the weekend when his mommy drunk by noon. But listen,
right in the mama bear.
Was it just Franzia?
Oh, we've been known to have boxes of wine in our house.
Now?
Yeah.
Like, I get when you're first married, I think that's normal, but
I will say this about my wife. She her liver is metal because she doesn't care. She'll do the $2 check all day.
Oh man.
She 100% will. Anyways, diabetes. Figure it out and let's get a cure because it sucks. Always held it over my sister's head because my mom had me and then her diabetes went away, weirdly enough, for a couple of years. And then when she had my sister, it came back and hasn't gone away since. So basically,
your sister ruined her.
Lindsay gave her diabetes. And finally, today's National Spicy Guacamole Day. Yay or nay, spicy guacamole versus normal guacamole?
It just depends on the level of spice, but sure, yay.
I like them both.
Yeah.
I would take a jalapeno. You clear out the seeds and the ribs, and then mash it up. We have a little molcajete that mortar and pestle thing. Damn it. Anyways, I can do that. But if you leave the seeds in, way too spicy, Jason.
Yeah.
Celebrity birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays. Happy birthday on this November 14th to. He was Prince Charles. Now he's King Charles.
Oh.
Go first. You go first this time because you're going to piggyback off of my answer.
82.
He is 71?
74.
74.
Well, you're a royal. I'm not.
How about
Your Highness Carmichael Dave?
Condoleezza Rice.
Jerry's mom.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Or Condi, as I call her. We're friends.
You do.
Did you know Condoleezza Rice is a member of Augusta National?
I did.
True story. Condoleezza Rice is, you know what? Big birthday for her today. She's 69.
67.
68.
Yep. Good work, guys. Happy birthday to former King, the L Train, Lionel Simmons.
Ben's dad.
Yes. Richard's cousin.
Sal's Lionel Simmons. So let me see here. Hold on. I can do this.
Carry the one over.
I'm going to say he's 57.
Say Train turned 53.
54. J. Myers closer on that one. Happy birthday to everyone's favorite Kurt Schilling.
Love him.
Brian's son.
Honestly, I'm hoping they do like a cruise with Kurt Schilling and Lenny Dykstra that we can all just go on. Just some of the great people from baseball. It'd be amazing. It'd be fun. Kurt Schilling.
Just had the visual of that.
The thing that sucks is I loved both of those guys when they played.
Go down the water slide.
And they were teammates.
Dykstra.
Whee!
That's not water.
Kurt Schilling is 55.
Kurt Schilling's 54.
56. And
That's
a
'cause you're a big
bloody
fan.
sock.
And a bloody sock. Yep. All right.
That's it. There's no more celebrities?
You want Travis Barker?
Yes, Bob's nephew.
Travis Barker is 40. No, he is 51.
Travis Barker is like 44, still trying to hang on to his 20s.
47.
Oh. Travis Barker.
About Jack Sikma.
Sick.
Jack's Sigma is 70.
73.
67?
Imagine thinking he was 73.
All right.
Jack's Sigma.
There we go.
Light the beam, everybody. Go Kings. It's a win streak. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Stay tuned to Cowboys Rami for more Kings talk. Jason missed the bucket.
Like a foul.
Jim Rome is next. Love you. Bye-bye.
Live and local. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated.